Okay, guys, here we go again. This is gonna be great. We're gonna have fun until Isabel gets here. It'll be like, when was it? Laura Bailey. Oh, you guys haven't seen the second
She
season.
ditched
But
that
there's
awards
multiple
show.
situations. Yeah, no, I love
Yeah.
her so much. She's so great.
She
But
ditched
she
the
was like,
awards show to come play.
like they started the show off being like, "Hey guys, Laura's not gonna be here today because she's at an award show and she's getting an award. It's so great, and they're all so happy for her. Blah blah blah. So it's okay that she's not here." And then like halfway through, like I think during a battle or something, she comes and they're like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "I just walked out. Like they didn't even give me the award yet. I was out of there."
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought she got her
before she got
left.
it. She was like, "They can
That's
marry."
even better.
She's so great. I love her. Anyway, okay, so.
Come on, Izzy, show some Laura Bailey style.
Yeah. Ditch everybody. Come and join us.
Screw them.
So last session, a few things happened. In essence, the assassins, right at the beginning, the assassins of Tahl, and you guys at large kind of escaped, and you all were left to explain yourself to the crawlers that showed up too late to investigate the scene. And you guys kind of left with the handbag, if that's the phrase. Oddly enough, the dead Pyrrhus, the guy who dealt Tahl the killing blow, had also disappeared. His dead body gone from the ground. The rest of you tried to decide what would come next. Nemo seeking out the source of sharp sugar, talking to a kid, an unnamed kid on the streets, and convincing the kid to eventually bring Nemo to any source of sharp sugar within a city that he knew of. And presently going to be meeting him tonight, this coming morning of the 5th of Yodel. And let's see, the rest of you guys decide what would come next, basically moving your guys' stay over to an inn in the Penny Ward. What was it called again? The White House Inn?
I think
I don't think you told us. I think you just said there was one in the Penny's Ward and the one in the Riot Ward.
I believe it was called the White House Inn. I'll double check. But you guys moved over to the Penny Ward, taking a stay there. You guys got your money back for the last stay, basically. So you guys got that, however much it was. I think it was. Do you know how much it was, Aaron? Did you already like mark it back?
I didn't get to that part in my rewatching the session.
Okay. Yeah, you guys got your money back. So it was 5 silver a night, and then
I don't think I marked
you guys
down
paid for the week,
whether or not.
from what I know. And so it was. I remember struggling with this math beforehand.
Yeah,
so it was 5 silver a night
hard.
with an extra silver for horses for stables.
Yeah.
So it was 6 silver a night for 4 individuals, 5 including a Tahl at the time. And
don't laugh.
That's 5, 30 times 10.
You want me to cuss you out on stream, Liz?
Yes.
Wait, is that right? Did you guys pay all of that?
Yeah.
Okay,
we
so
paid it up front.
Wait, 5 plus 1 is 6.
I will go and rewatch. We don't need to go over this.
That's not
I will go through 60. And I will reimburse myself because I know I paid for it, because I always do.
60 gold is what you got back, basically.
Yeah, we definitely pulled it
60 silver, 60 silver, whatever that is in gold. 6 gold that you got back. And let's see. So now it's going to be a similar price though, except for 4 people instead of 5. And so that's 4 times 5.
You have to keep your horse
20.
too.
You have to pay for your horse. Horses are
a Tahl's horse. We have to take a Tahl's horse with us.
There's always one short horse. Remember a Tahl?
Because I didn't have one. I was riding with a Tahl.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel riding a dead girl's horse?
I feel great.
Oof.
Fine.
Oh my gosh.
That was sarcasm.
You also
I'm sorry.
can't control the horse very well, Inala. You can't control it because you rolled badly on your animal handling check, and a Tahl rolled well. So she was the one in control of the horse. So you will not have Actually, Anala, now that you are in
horses for
charge of this horse
breakfast.
and you guys are leading this horse down to the Penise ward as you guys move over, go ahead and give me an animal handling check for the first roll of this session.
Why
And
am
this
I
will be if you
sweating?
can control a Toll's horse. And we'll get the benefits of
the
mounted combat.
The horse's name is Boy, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you wanted to know, its name is Boy.
Oh, stop. You are kidding me. I'm putting these away. One,
Ooh.
a natural one. And
no!
my animal handling is a 0.
This horse misses its owner, and it knows you're not its owner. So it will not listen to you and almost will not do what you want. Like, you can lead it down down the pathway following after the other horses and stuff, but the horse is more moving on its own, following its buddies rather than listening to you. Yes. So you guys make it to Penny Ford. You guys have reestablished. Nathan, if you could do the math for 5 silver and 5 silver a person for 10 nights with an additional silver for stabling the horses. If you could do that math for me, and then you tell Erin how much it costs so that she can take up the gold for the stay.
So 5 per person for 10 days and 1 per horse for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's
So
simple math, but I can't think when I'm
plus
doing this.
240.
240. I did the math wrong, I think, initially then. Or maybe we did it right and I can't remember what it was, but who knows?
So 240 silver. So 24 gold?
Yeah, if it's equivalent, right? 10 for gold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the price for 10 days and everything. It is, we'll just say you have 10 more days that you're staying, so you guys are paying for the 5th through the 15th for now, and you guys can leave anytime you wish to from the White House Inn. And okay, I got your text, by the way, Nala. Okay, so Carhale, you, meanwhile, were seeking out a way to communicate with the Toll beyond the grave, or even ways to plausibly bring her back, as well as just different draughts that you've been intending to make. Kanari and Anala were looking for new weapon upgrades, visiting different shops and designers in the Crier Ward and Penance Ward, and picking up some new weapons. So Anala got some new cool trick arrows, and Kanari was deciding between some staffs of power. Although I don't think she ever decided, so we'll say that she hasn't bought it yet. But
I think she said she was going to come back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So she'll come back to that. As a just general overview for your guys' information to review, Penise is the ward that is meant for the markets, the bazaars, restaurants, kind of the capitalist ward. The place where you can find entertainment, theaters, stuff like that. And just anything you might want that's you're paying for. The Ryoside ward is mainly a residential ward, so apartments, houses, condos, etc., etc. Basic stores and amenities as well, so people don't have to be traveling outside of wards for like their general store needs. The Consol ward, military base, training grounds, the Forge, which is a training, basically a training boarding school, and then banks, prisons, museums, etc. But it's pretty heavily patrolled because it is the more military district. Crier ward, crafting, construction, designers, artists, anything that you could find to commission any kind of work, you'll find there. And then the Scriven ward, which is education stuff, libraries, bookshops. The monastery for the acolytes of Tahl is located up there. Then you have the upper city, the Eralt ward. The wealthy folks live up there, specialized shops, magic shops, temples, and the royal household. Yes, so that's kind of just the general overview of the city. The Eralt ward is at the center, and the other wards are respectively different wards circling Eralt as the uppermost city. Yeah, so that's basically the overview of what happened last session. I would like to ask you guys, who still has a point of inspiration?
I do.
Okay. So we'll move on then from there, and we shall start with figuring out. So basically, you guys all had different things that you guys wanted to do. I was thinking we would go to Nemo and what he was going to do with visiting the people about sharp sugar, and ask, namely, Nemo, are you planning to tell any of the group, or are you going alone?
Why is this even a question?
Because if you bring the group with you, then we might wait for Canary to look to this and to see how that plays out. Or if you're going alone, we'll play it out with just you. Or whoever you might bring.
Probably just myself, because that's not something I need them with me, right?
No, you're just gonna go see drug dealers in the hood.
I mean,
no.
Would Nemo go to drug dealers alone? Maybe.
You don't need the barbarian.
It'll be interesting nonetheless. To be
fine.
fair as well, keep in mind. Well, I mean, would Nemo take that into account, actually? I don't know.
No, Mr. 24 hit points.
You guys have discovered that
hey,
people have
34,
paid for your deaths. So you guys have a bounty on your heads. So to that effect, it might be a concern for Nemo. But if you think Nemo is
there's
concerned,
2 countries where I'm going to be shot on sight.
They don't know what I look like. It's all good.
I mean, do you know that? Did people give a description? You don't know. I mean, how do they find you guys in the first place?
I mean, description, sure, but they haven't actually drawn.
But to be fair,
so.
It might not happen. Totally. What do you want to do? You tell me.
Well, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bring them.
Okay.
They have other stuff to do.
It was nice knowing you.
So we'll attack this first then. So Nemo,
can't wait to meet your next character.
The 5th day of Yodul. Yesterday is the day that Tahl died. Everything is still pretty fresh. Yeah. And you have secured a meeting with a nameless kid, who is to bring you where he knows sharp sugar is being sold. A drug that you found, discovered, was in the system of the man who killed Tahl. The man who's presently not there anymore on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're walking out of the Penny's ward, you will have to make your way back to the Crier ward, which will cost you a silver. So go ahead and mark that off of your inventory, leaving the Penny's ward to go to the Crier ward, and you go back to the same corner where you met this kid. And this is following sunset, where the kid told you, like, come in the, like, right at evening, and sunset being the marking for that. So you do show up. Anala Karhale, would you guys have followed after him? I don't think Kanari would. She's a lot less like, if he's not going to ask us for help, I'm not going to help him kind of mindset. But would you two have followed him or kept track of what he was up to and everything? Karhale, actually, I think you're starting your draughts and herbal stuff.
Yeah.
So probably not you, but Anala.
I don't think I would even know that he's out.
Nope.
Okay, so Nemo, you are on your own
you.
as you show up on this corner, and you're waiting for a bit, and sunset happens. Wow, that was like a cracking voice. Sunset happens, but he doesn't show up. About 5 minutes later, a little bit of time. It's kind of hard to tell how long it was, but you do see the same kid, and it's not as dark as it was when you initially met him, but he's got his hood up. He's got like a red kind of cloak going on, dark red, a little bit dilapidated, so it's not super red anymore, but it's nice. And he comes up and he pulls down the little hood, and you see him again. He's definitely got blonde hair now. And he comes up to you, and he's kind of eyeing you, suspicious, a little bit, and he kind of looks both ways again, and he's like, "Are we still doing this?"
If you're asking that question, why would you be here?
Well, I guess that's a good point. Give me the gold.
I'll give it to him.
And he feels it, and he's like, "Okay." And he puts it away, and he looks off into the distance again. He looks back at you. Okay, listen. I don't know if this is gonna work out for you or not, but I know of 2 places my cousin told me about. One, it's a marketplace that he normally gets his stuff at if he wants it, and it's a flower shop actually. It's near the university, and he says that the old man there sells stuff on the side, basically. So there's that option. And he also knows that a lot of the drug dealers in this area, they'll be spending most of their time around, it's kind of like he said it was a gambling place, like just a place meant for gambling. So it's kind of, you'll have kind of the lower end of society hanging out there. But that's specifically over in the, what was it called? Renegro, and that's in Pennies. But the place he knows of that's near the university, it's actually a flower shop. So if you want me to take you there, I can. If you want me to take you where he directed me to go for Renegro, I can take you up to there, and then I'm going to back out because it's kind of the rough side of town.
Well, we can go to the flower shop first.
Okay. And he seems to kind of get a little bit more relieved because it's kind of in a more calmer side of town. So he does take you there. It's going to take you guys, just in general, for time's sake, guys. Not time's sake, but as a reference for how long it takes to travel the city, I'm going to say it takes about an hour on horseback to cross a ward, or so. I think that's probably off in actual time, how long it would take, but it would take about an hour by horse, about 3 hours walking, kind of thing. So in this case, you guys will take a couple hours or so to get farther across this ward. It's still in the Crier ward, this university. Oh, no, it's in the Scriven. It's in the Scriven ward. So he's going to take you to the Scriven ward. So go ahead and mark off another silver for crossing wards. Are you talking to me? Because you're muted.
No, I'm here.
Okay. But yeah, so go ahead and mark off a silver for traveling between wards, and he'll take you to the Scriven ward, which is where the universities, the colleges, schools, and whatnot are going to be located. And he's going to take you inside to where the university is. And the university is very nice. It's very large. It's kind of like a gated thing, but it's not gated to block people from coming in. It's more decoratively gated. And the gates are made out of intricate stone masonry, very beautifully done. And there's even greenery being used to decorate the outside of the place. And he doesn't take you inside, though. He takes you off to the side, to the left of the university, where you can see the gates and the greenery and the fauna that's kind of framing the gate. He takes you to the left. And you end up finding yourself in front of what looks to be a squat little shop with a rooftop garden. It's very beautiful. From what you can see, it's kind of walled off though. Squat little place though, 2 levels. The top level being the rooftop garden, and what looks to be almost a greenhouse setup from what you know of greenhouses back in Kel and the magical growth farms there that they have for plants and whatnot. So he leads you, he knocks on the outside door, and it's pretty late. And you're kind of thinking, like, this place must be closed. Whoever runs this place is probably asleep. But he knocks on it, and he gives it, there seems to be a second of him thinking about what he's about to do. So he's like, he kind of mumbles something to himself, and then he goes, knock, 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 kind of thing. And it seems like something he was told before to do. And then you hear a shifting of a latch, and the door swings a little bit inward to where you can see a man kind of peeking his head out. This is an older guy, scruff all over his face. It's kind of in this triangular shape, this beard that he's got going on, very white. And he seems to be bald, entirely bald. As he peeks his head out, you can tell his eyes are dark, like almost black eyes, but probably dark brown. And it just seems that way in this dim lighting that you guys have, as the sun has fallen and twilight is overcasting the city. So this man, the kid, he actually backs up and lets you kind of go forward, and he elbows you forward. And the man's like, "Who's there?"
Uh, oh, well,
How do you know this knock?
I'm gonna look at the kid and be like, are you gonna introduce us?
The kid's like, I've never met this guy. And he's gonna whisper, my cousin said his name's Jessup. And he's gonna kind of back off a little bit more from the conversation. I'm not involved. I'm not with this guy. And he whispers this to Jessup. And he kind of backs off to the corner and he's like, I did what you wanted me to do. I'm gonna leave. And he's gonna start to step away.
I'm gonna be like, no, you have to take me to the other place.
You said one place, okay? This was the deal. And I don't want to go there.
That's your name, right?
And the man gives you kind of a suspicious look, but he goes, who did you hear about me from?
I'm just gonna point at the kid.
The kid is like, it was my cousin. He said he's been here before. And he looks kind of askance about saying the guy's name out loud because he looks at you and he goes, Jadim? And the man's eyes kind of widen in recognition and he opens the door a little bit wider and he goes, if you're friends of Jadim, come inside. And then he steps away and he disappears from the crack open door.
Mm-hmm. I'll step inside.
Okay, bye. And the kid does not follow you, and he starts to make his way away.
So he's only bringing me here? Oh, well. Okay, that's fine.
You can call him back if you want. If you want to offer him more money, he might be willing.
No, that's fine.
Okay. The kid will make his way away, scurrying into the dark streets, disappearing. And Jessup will tell you when you start to step in through the door. He's like, hurry up and close the door. You'll let the cooler air in. I like it warmer. It's good for the plants. Close it.
I'll close the door. So he was telling me that I could maybe buy some from you.
Buy some of what? What do you want?
Eddie, what do you have?
And he's gonna. Well, if you're a friend of Jadim, he usually comes here for sharp sugar. Do you want sharp sugar? I have Weirdling. He's gonna look at some of his. He's gonna pull open a small book that looks to be some sort of like archival book of some sort, and he flips through it as he goes. I also have Sutara, which is useful to people sometimes. It's not allowed to be sold on the streets anymore. At least not above. What's that phrase? Above board? No. What am I thinking? It's the over counter. At least not over the counter.
Oh, what are those? What do those other two do? I've never heard of those. Weirdling?
Weirdling is just a hallucinogenic, and
it's safe. If you wanted it, it's safe. It wouldn't hurt you.
And I also have a small store of dream moss that just came in. And what did I just say? I literally just said it, and I've lost what I said.
Sutara?
Sutara. Yeah. Sutara. That one, basically, it lets you speak. Basically, it lets you speak mile a minute in any language that you want to. But, yeah. Also letting you understand the language itself when you're saying it out loud. It doesn't allow you to listen and hear and understand, but it lets you speak it, so you can communicate with anyone.
I'll stick the sharp sugar.
Okay, so how much?
Enough for maybe like 5 doses, I guess.
Okay, 5 doses. And he's going to bend down beneath the desk. He's going to pull up what looks to be 5 different little vials of powder, small vials of powder. And he's going to tell you that's going to cost you. He's going to say the first one is actually, he'll have you, he's going to actually correct. Have you ever done this before?
I mean, I got my first from a guy. Do you know what's the guy's name? I've forgotten now. The guy that died.
Pyrus.
Yeah, this guy Pyrus. He's a friend of mine. Gave me some the other day, but
I don't know this guy. But roll an insight check.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, he just shakes his head and furrows his brow. I don't know this guy. He might be buying from someone else.
But why do you?
You have inspiration.
Why do you ask if I've done it before?
Because sometimes the first time can be a little bit more of a trip, but if it's not your first time, then I don't need to have to warn you. Each of these separately, they're going to be 40 gold.
40? I got it from him for like 30.
From Pyrus?
Yeah, he was part of this group. What's that group's name?
Painters Guild.
What is it?
Painters Guild.
Yeah, the Painters Guild. Yeah, they were selling it for 30.
And his whole demeanor is actually going to change to a lot. He's going to stiffen, straighten up. He's going to swipe the vials of sharp sugar off the counter, and he's going to start shoving you out the door. It's like, get out.
Hey,
get out of my place right now. And he shoves you outside.
I still want to buy it.
I don't care. I don't need your business. And he slams the door in your face.
Interesting. I'm gonna start banging and just yelling. I'm gonna just start yelling at him like, "Hey, I still need that!"
And he's gonna bang the door once back after he kind of ignores it for a little bit. But he'll bang the door once back, and he's gonna, if you don't get off of my property this instant, I'll call the crawlers on you. And then he goes quiet again.
You think I won't call the crawlers on you?
This is my property. And he says it from like farther into the shop. My property, my authority here.
Why is it such an issue that I deal with Pyrus?
Don't say that name. And he'll open the door and he's like, if you know what's good for you, get away from my shop right now.
Okay, at least just tell me why you're being such a hardhead about this.
It is none of your business what I do and what my business entails. Get away from my shop.
What if I pay you?
Name. And he shuts the door again.
I'll pay you.
There's no answer, but how much would you be paying?
He hasn't answered.
He doesn't answer.
I'm gonna keep yelling. I assume his place is in a pretty like there are lots of other houses around, right?
Yeah, there's other places around, seemingly like other kinds of shops where people like live in their own place, live in the shops. And you're gonna start seeing, if you keep on yelling and banging on the door, you will start seeing lights being flickering on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Candles being lit and whatnot. He's going to ignore you if you don't say anything more on the note of like pricing and such.
What do you want from me? I have plenty.
Sorry, actually, roll me a persuasion check for your banging and arguing. I always forget to ask for those.
19.
Oh, that's actually really good. Okay, so he is going to open the door again and drag you by the collar and yank you inside and shut the door. before
Hey,
you're yelling
ow.
for too long.
Bro, stop.
You're going to cause me a lot of trouble on these streets. I've been selling for so long, and no one causes me trouble here. What do you want?
I'm not trying to cause trouble. You're the one that threw me out.
Get to
I
the
just want to
point.
buy some from you. I now I'm curious why it's such an issue about Pyrus. Why is he such a big deal?
If he works for the Painters Guild, I want nothing to do with him or anyone who knows him.
I mean, I don't do anything for the Painters Guild. If anything, he and I are kind of like, we're not friends. Like,
The fact
definitely.
that you even know that word, the phrase Painters Guild, says something about you. There is no such thing in the Crier Ward.
I mean, I know you, and you don't exist behind closed doors. Kind of, yeah. I mean, like, I'm not trying to like. I know a lot of things. I'm just, I learn a lot of things from a lot of people. I just like to talk and learn and things.
There's many people within my circles that know of me, and my name spreads by word of mouth. Apparently, I need to curb that effect. And he turns to walk deeper into the store. He turns to you suddenly, though, like he stalked away and then thought better of it and turns back to you. Do you still want the sharp sugar? If so, buy it and go. 40 gold, 50 gold each vial.
Okay. How about if I buy it from you, you tell me why it's so bad? Because like if it's bad, I don't want to hang out with Pyrus. Because like, I mean, like I said, he and I aren't like close friends, and like like if he's bad news, I probably should. My mom always told me that I probably
I do
Yeah.
not know this Pyrus, whoever this is. But the Painters Guild is not a group to be trifled with. If you know that name, you should have known that.
I mean,
Don't say
yeah.
that. Don't say their name if you don't want to deal with the consequences.
No, I'm really good at keeping secrets. Don't worry. I don't like I wouldn't say your name around in public.
See that you don't.
So,
Are you
so
buying the sharp sugar or not?
yeah, but I'm still confused. Like, what did they do to you? Like, why are you so like kerfuffled about them?
Roll a persuasion check again.
Isabel's here.
Woo!
Um.
Isabel.
Yay!
Isabel's my
Hi.
favorite.
Wow! Look at you, little sexy
Huzzah.
baby.
Thank you. Hi. It was a stressful time getting here. Anyway, we're good.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
Yes, me too.
I've been sending her updates, so we're all good.
Yes, we're good. We're good. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay.
It's
So-
going
16.
slightly better.
Good.
15. He's going to look at
16.
you, and all I will say on the topic is they are a group of assassins that work together on jobs given to them. All of this has nothing to do with me and my business. I want nothing to do with them. So please buy what you came to buy or
Josh.
leave.
Okay. Oof. Well, I'm not gonna lie. So I definitely want the sharp sugar. Don't get me wrong, but like, so Pyrus introduced me to this girl, and so I was trying to figure out like how to get in touch with her again, because like I think she works with like them, but like if she doesn't, then I like. So do you know where they would be? Because like I don't want to be friends with them, obviously, clearly, but like if I possibly was to tell a friend who didn't want to be near that spot because it's so bad, where would I tell him to avoid?
And why would I tell you that?
I'm paying a premium on your sugars, and I won't tell anyone
That's a
about your
premium for
name.
dealing with you.
Well, I mean,
An additional premium would be
So-
called for
supply
additional
and demand,
information.
right? So I don't have to buy it from you though if it's too expensive, right? So like, I'll pay the 50. But last question. Yeah, like so if I was trying to avoid that area, where would I avoid that area?
I've never loved him more.
An additional 10 gold for each vial, and I'll tell you.
You avoid 60?
Take it or leave it.
For 5? I'll buy 2 for 60. I can get 4. I can get 4 for that from not Pyrus, someone else.
2 for 60 then.
Sure. But can you make it like
And
can you like top me off?
What?
Like make sure, because those vials they're like only 4/5 like full, and like
Taking a vial all filled to the top might kill you.
no, I know, that's why I wanted to like cut it in half so I can have 2 dosages, or like share it with a special
For
friend, you
4
know.
in that case.
But like less dosages, because I'm a lightweight, and Pyrus told
Will
me that
you
my
buy it
skeleton-
or not?
I'll
And
buy
his
it,
voice
okay.
rises higher where like it's probably traveling outside and he realizes and then he kind of shakes himself. Are you buying it or not?
I'll pull out 120.
Okay. So go ahead and mark off 120 gold. And as he takes the gold from you and sweeps it away and he starts to shove you outside the house at the same time, he will tell you that he knows that. So near the border of he's going to tell you it's the northern border of the Penny Sword. There's what is known as the Pleasure House. It doubles as the Painter's Guild, and he shoves you out.
Could you repeat that, por favor?
It's he tells you that there's a pleasure house in the northernmost border of the Penny Sword, and it doubles as the Painter's Guild.
Northernmost of Penice.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Penice? Is it like penis?
Peniz. It didn't occur to me until Aaron pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, now I feel Matt's problems."
I changed it for my notes because I'm a child and I can't do it.
You
I
are
can't.
Laura Bailey.
So I spell it P-E-N-E-Z.
What'd you say?
Yes.
I'm surprised that the penis ward doesn't have a penis on the signboard directing us to it.
You and me both, man.
Thank you, Jester,
So
very much.
I added a little dick in the eye so that they could see what it was.
Oh gosh.
Thank you.
Okay. I will now. So the child told me the area, right, that I had to go to for the other place?
Yeah, Renegro. You don't know the area though, so it's not necessarily super. It won't be. It'll take you time to track it down. Asking the right people, etc., etc.
Okay. And how far is northern penis?
It'll be you have from where you are now, which is in the Scriven district. Let's see, Scriven Ward.
What was the name of the flower shop?
The ward that you're in right now, it's directly below you. So, yeah.
It's directly below me, within walking distance?
Mm-hmm.
Or riding distance, I guess, with horses.
Well, I guess it's across technically, I guess this is flipped, huh? Because you guys entered from this side. So, correction, it's the far side of the ward, than the side that you're on.
So it's the opposite. Okay.
Mhm.
So probably not.
They're weird.
Probably not good enough for tonight, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's fine. I will go back to the place.
Okay, so you'll return back to so going through so another coin to pass between the wards, you'll go back to your guys's the White House Inn that you guys are staying at now. It's run by a very unobtrusive older middle-aged lady. She's got dark black hair, kind of plain looking, soft enough, but her kind of a blasé personality, very forgettable. Like you might see her in a crowd, but you probably wouldn't recognize her, even though she's running your establishment. And let's see, her name is it's Irene. Almost like Irene, but Irene.
Okay. Is she talking to me or?
No. Just as you come back into the ward and everything, you see Carhale. You see probably the friends up to whatever they've been up to all day. So let's move on then to Carhale. Carhale, you have been starting your path on droughts and such.
Yeah. What was the name of the flower shop that he went to again?
The flower shop that he went to, he never asked. Just yes.
Oh, so it's just a flower shop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I thought I missed it. We're good.
No worries. Yes. So Carhale. So go ahead and tell me what you're making and where you'll be spending this time.
Okay. Well, first, okay, I'm trying to like map this out in my head so I can do it in the most efficient way. And like kind of
and you had a meeting with Merrick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was wondering, could I possibly start the wolf hiss up and just like leave for a hot minute and come back to it, or no?
This will be you sitting down for the next however many hours and focusing very well.
Okay, so then in that case, I'm going to like delegate all of the tasks that I have for everyone. I have, I'm not looking at the right thing. There we go. I have for Canary to, I said it to you. I don't need to repeat it in stream. Okay. I'm planning on going to, it's a very inefficient way about this, but it's because I have a meeting. The meeting is in the afternoon, so I can't change that. Okay. I'm going to go back to the Woods Keep Inn to see Mrs. Feller.
Okay. You'll find her in the kitchens and everything.
Hi. I don't know if you remember me, but
hello, dear. What would you like? I'm making a new stew for the evening, and
I have something for you actually.
And she'll pull out
like using a towel to dry some sort of cup.
She's gonna pull out a box of the black tea.
You said you ran out, so I got you some more.
I'd meant to get to the store, but I haven't had a chance to. So, this is very appreciated. How much do you want for it?
Nothing. Just a thank you for the other night. And I was hoping if maybe I could use a little corner of your kitchen, if that's possible, for a couple days. I'm an herbalist, and I don't know if you know Durlan at the Alchemist Aid. I'm trying to get sort of an apprenticeship, if you will, with him, and I kind of need to like prove my worth as an herbalist, or I need a little bit of kitchen to use so I can possibly make something good enough to impress him to for him to let me use his shop.
How much of my kitchen will you be needing? And she looks over her shoulder, and you can see kind of around her like thicker shoulders that there seems to be a pot on every like part of her stove.
I would need one burner and maybe a small section of the counter.
I see. Well, and go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. And this will
Do
be
I
with
get advantage because I brought her a
the
bribe?
black tea. Yeah. Advantage with the bread.
I had also intended, before I came in, I had intended to druidcraft a little bouquet of daisies.
Mhm.
So I also gave her those.
Cute. She seems to like you, so you do have advantage on this roll.
Okay, cool. Okay. 16.
16? Yeah. So she goes, well, I don't see why not. Just know that I'll be bustling in and out all day with the meals, and there were a good bunch of people sitting at the tables and stuff that you saw coming in. And she's like, it might not be the most calm and, place for focus and whatnot. It's not a lab.
I could use the distraction, honestly.
Okay, then. And her kind of like her poofy cheeks kind of jiggle a little bit. Well, then make yourself at home, dear.
Thank you.
And they keep this, I'm sure it'll be delicious. And
she'll
kind of call out.
By the way.
Oh, Carhale. You already know my name. And she shakes your hand with a very warm, kind of like thicker palm that just kind of envelops yours, even though she's a lot smaller than you are. And yeah, so she'll kind of turn around and bustle back, and she'll put on a what looks to be a tea kettle to serve to whistle, and she'll take off one pot that seemed to be empty at the moment, but she dumps that and puts it into the sink, and she's like, you can use this burner right here. And she shoves over some of her utensils and bowls and everything on the counter, and she's like, and this will be your designated space. Make yourself at home. And she'll get back to her business.
So
you have a place to work on your stuff for the next bit of time.
How long do you think it took me to do that?
Oh, for which?
Just going to the crier ward, setting up, etc.
It would have taken you about 3 hours or so.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about that other thing that I was gonna do. Okay. I wanted to go to that smith that we went to yesterday, where he had like all the cool stuff.
Yes, Batterolls.
Yeah. And I wanted to see if he would silver my
Were you there before? Like, does he recognize you, or is this your first time?
Probably. Like, I went in, but I didn't need anything, so I just went and sat outside while they got stuff. But
okay.
I'm not a forgettable face.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh yeah, you with the friends. Okay, what can I do for you?
I'd like to see about getting this silvered,
and I'll show him my warhammer.
And he'll look it over. This is mighty big. This will be some mighty expensive silver to coat this large weapon.
Yeah. Well, look at me. I'm perfectly capable.
Are you looking for just silver or anything special along with it?
Okay, call me paranoid, but I've just heard a lot of talk about Shaitan around these parts, and if I'm going to be traveling soon, and I'd rather be prepared if we happen to come upon any.
Honestly, being paranoid in this time of age, and I understand it's probably for the best. So, we'll call it 120 gold for the silvering, and I'm assuming you need it blessed by a priest, yes?
You're the smith, you tell me.
That'll be a part of the price, we'll say. And it'll be ready for battle against Shaitan when I have it ready for you. That's going to be... What did I tell you before, Aaron? I forget now. It was 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Is
Okay,
there
yeah.
any chance you could get it any sooner? I'm willing to pay a little bit more.
I do have many projects at the moment, dear. Well, I could get it to you.
You failed to consider. I think you might have failed to consider I'm a very likable person, and I slide him 5 gold.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Nice. Math. Oh my gosh, why can't I math? 22.
22. That's actually pretty good. And he'll go with just, I appreciate the offer. And he takes the 5 gold on top. But he goes, the fastest I can get it to you on goodwill alone. And he gives you kind of a tilt of the head and kind of a smirk, but like an old man smirk that's not creepy. And he'll be like, on goodwill alone, I can get it out to you maybe 4 days earlier than that, but it'll still take me a week and a half, because I would have to put aside many other projects that have already been paid for and commissioned by others.
What if I
that
paid
are
for
far
it in
more
advance?
paid for in advance? Most of them pay half in advance and half in completion of the order.
I'll pay all of it in advance.
How soon are you looking to get this?
How soon is it physically possible?
Physically possible. I put all out stops. I can get it to you in six days. But that means putting aside everything else I'm working on at the moment and focusing solely on your project, which would be a lot more money than I'm willing to sacrifice.
How soon would be reasonable? A week, then?
More
If
so
I
a
pay
week, I still have to
upfront.
reorganize. If you can give me another 50 gold on top, I can reorganize my pending commission work to get this to you. And that'll be kind of where he stops in deliberation there. Yes.
Okay. So 170?
170. Go for it.
You got yourself a deal.
Okay, so he'll take your weapon and you will be without your weapon for this duration. You will get it back. This is the 15th, so you'll be getting it back on the... this is the 5th, so 15th.
Okay. What do you mean I don't have any weapons? You got these.
I'm putting a little hammer in the date, so I remember. Okay, so that's your hammer. It will come back silvered, and it will register as a magical weapon now. It won't have any magical properties beyond registering as a magical weapon.
Besides beating the crap out of Oni.
Okay, so I know you have more Karhale, but I'm going to move to Kanari. Kanari, anything for you, lady?
I figured that's it for me until my meeting with Merrick, right?
When is your meeting set for again?
He said afternoon.
Afternoon on
Also,
the 5th, right?
So did I just...
Oh yeah, the
skip
travel.
my day?
It's probably about afternoon now. So we'll come back to you in just a
Okay,
second.
cool.
What'd you say, Nemo?
Because my thing was supposed to happen in the evening/night, and it did. So did I just skip the day, or was this the night before?
Oh, I guess that was basically skipping the day. What did you want to do during the day?
I mean, you could go with Anala to do the research she's doing. Give her advantage.
Your little trip was like
I
purely
won't be
on your
giving
own.
advantage on any knowledge learning.
No,
Yeah, no knowledge learning.
Arcana.
Maybe.
Okay, Aaron, my Arcana is -1.
How? You're a sorcerer.
I am innately
Sorcerers
powerful
innately
and
know,
magical.
yeah.
My intelligence and my actual abilities
Not so
are
much.
my mental capabilities are very, very limited.
For a sorcerer, it's fair. That's not.
But if Inala wanted to seek out an expert and stuff like that, like people that would know stuff, scholars and whatnot, then she would be able to have help with that sort of situation. Although I would say so there's going to be a few checks for Inala in the research situation, because she's going to be putting together what is basically shredded documents that were burned on partially with
that.
Yeah, destroyed in multiple ways. So she's going to be putting and a language she doesn't understand. So there's multiple levels of her putting together this evidence. Once again, so there's going to be different checks. So first off, it'll be puzzle piece check, which will be putting together the shredded documents in what seems to be a made up whole, and that'll be the first check.
He
so
is
Nemo
the
could help in
very
that.
last person she would ask for help, though.
That's fair too. So then I guess
Well, alrighty then.
But,
I guess Nemo did nothing all day. Or you have the task I sent you that I requested.
Me or him?
Yeah, I could do that as well.
Nemo.
Oh, okay.
we'll come back to you, Nemo. But your day, you can spend it however you wish.
Do you ever read the letter?
Oh, he does still have this unread letter. Yes.
Letter from
From Tahl's brother.
You picked it from a temple?
Okay.
You went to the temple to pick up Tahl's letter because it was like the last thing that she told you to do when she died.
Yes. And that's where I met the.
Just her final wishes before she died.
Yeah.
Tresemme.
No biggie.
Grandpa.
No, that wasn't her final wish. It was to take care of her brother. It was her final wish.
She did tell you that she had a letter, but the final wish was to take care of her brother, yeah. Nemo now has an adopted little brother. Anyway, Kanari, yeah.
What? Okay, I'm trying to remember what exactly I said I was going to do during this.
So you had told me, let me pull up your stuff. So staff power and stuff like that. You were looking for a magical staff. Have you decided on whether you wanted to buy the chaotic?
Did I write down how much any of that cost?
So basically 550 gold for the chaotic staff. 3,000 for 800 for the staff of defense. And then what's it called? 7,000 for the staff of striking. And similar for the staff of thunder and lightning, 7,000 again.
I remember being shown 2 staffs, but okay.
Oh, whoops! Maybe I just told you a couple, and then the other ones were somewhere else. Sorry. Okay, so yes, there were the 2.
Okay, those 2 are out of budget anyways.
If you trip to another place, you'll find these other 2.
Okay. They're all so much money. The chaotic staff's really the only one I can realistically. What did that one do again?
That one basically it would every time it hit, it would be a random magical damage
type
kind of thing. Yeah, different damage type. So it could just be your regular bludgeoning or acid, cold, fire, and etc. But it's not every time that you hit. It's based on you as a person, what represents you, and yours would cause psychic damage.
Right. Okay. Which is pretty cool. If it's because a lot of things are resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Would it also change my unarmed strikes or just the strikes with the staff that I made?
It would just be the strikes with the staff. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I was just curious since it's magical.
What if you got like blessed silver brass knuckles? That would be sick.
Okay, that would be pretty cool.
Then your unarmed strikes would count as magical attacks.
Mine already do.
Yeah, she just leveled up into it.
Because as a monk,
we had a little moment of this actually.
Your
I totally
strikes
forgot.
and your weapon strikes. So basically, anything I hold has a magical.
She's putting her chi into her hands.
You hold me.
Just start swinging. Oh,
no! I meant in a comforting way. I meant like a hug.
Yes,
like a hug.
That is such a Kanari thing.
And here I thought she meant sexually hold you. Like, what? Okay, why is that even a thing in literature? They're like, hold me. And it means like, sex me.
I don't know.
No, I don't.
Okay, Liz, you're reading, Liz.
Tahl is really sad.
It's in there. Maybe it's
No,
like
it does. It does
specifically
happen.
Chinese culture or like Japanese, Asian books. Anyway, sorry, continue.
I probably will, but I'll come back for that if I do.
Okay.
So I know I said I was going to go to the monastery and
Yep,
train.
train with those katanas.
Yes. I have.
And you also wanted to speak with Jen Yin at the end of the week, which is going to be the 9th or the 10th.
Right, I have a
as
couple more
Asian
days.
moon. Mhm.
So, we also have all of those sandworm teeth that I was going to try to go. I could try to go sell to rack us up some money.
Oh, nice. Where
So-
would you think to try to sell this? The Penny Sword is where you're staying presently, so you could try to sell it somewhere here, or you could go to the Crier Ward where weapon makers and stuff like that might buy it off of you.
Because based off of it, it's basically like a people would use it to make weapons and stuff, right? Like that's kind of the premise. So probably going to the weapons district is probably a good idea because I could sell to people who would actually use this to make weapons. So
True. So would you
probably
go
where
up
she
to
would
where
go.
the crafters guilds
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
and if Nemo or somebody was not busy, she probably would drag them along because there's a
Nemo,
whole
would you
bunch
be
of
busy
them.
today?
Or Anala, or both, if they're I don't know what they're doing, but she probably can't cure all of them by herself. We stole a couple. We had 4?
I think it's 4. I'm pretty
4.
sure.
I think it's 4. I think it was 4. So she can't cure all 4 by herself.
Nemo, would you help? Would you be available to help Kanari?
Yeah.
You could probably also be useful in talking.
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of what she's thinking.
So you guys attach them to the horses and everything, and you guys make your way up to the Crier district again. That will be 2 silver hopping between Scriven Ward and then what's it called? Going up, and then more silver on the return. Yes, so you guys are passing through. This is a really bad picture, but this is what I'm using for reference. So you guys are presently staying here in the Penise Ward, and you guys are moving through Scriven Ward to the Crier.
Oh wow, okay. And if Anala wanted to come too, she could have. I just didn't know what she was doing today, so she's busy.
She doesn't.
No, I'm
Anala, busy. Okay, so
she's busy not hanging out with me.
All right.
You guys have different choices of places to sell it at. Let's see. So Crier Ward, of weapon guild kind of situations. You guys will find your way. There's there's Tordans, Jessos, and Bedurals. Bedurals is where you had the staff power and stuff.
I'll go there first.
Do they run into me?
Okay, so
that would be funny.
Oh, you're at the inn and everything. I would say you guys probably don't cross paths, but if you guys wanted to find each other, totally chill too. So Kanari, he's gonna be working presently on. Well, he wouldn't have gotten the hammer yet, so he's presently working on what looks to be some new arrows, putting some fletchings on them. They seem to not be super special. They seem more just designed perfectly, and he's testing the balance and stuff as you guys come inside. And he'll be all, "Oh, are you back for the stuff of chaos?"
What voice will you? Like, what voice will you do this character?
It's been so long.
Well, maybe I don't know. But I was curious. We have these teeth. I heard they're good for making weapons. Didn't know if you wanted some materials or not. I figured I'd bring them to you first, see if you wanted any.
Teeth of what?
Some kind
You're
of.
bringing me teeth of what kind of creature?
It's like a sandworm thing, those big old monsters.
Sandworm teeth, and he'll get up and put down his fletchings and kind of like it's no longer of interest to him, and he's gonna kind of waddle over. He's a very thick set, heavy set dwarven man. But he'll kind of waddle over and he'll come up to the giant teeth that you guys have dragged inside, and he's going to bring along a tiny little hammer. He's going to chip something off of the edge of it. He's like,
Be careful
I've
there.
never
Don't.
seen one in person before. And he does actually nick himself a bit on the edge. So, oh, damn it all. Okay.
Yep, they're quite sharp.
I'll be back. And he takes the little piece into the back. And after about a few minutes, where it's just kind of you and Nemo kind of whistling out in the main area,
I stare. I like direct myself at Nemo, and I'm like in my head, make him give us a good price for this. Use your words for something, okay? Something of value in this.
It was. I forgot. I was supposed to sell the location of the thing. I don't know how I forgot that.
So, location of what?
Of where the swarm thingy is.
Oh yeah. Well, you could try to do that anyway, but we've only been here like 2 days.
Well,
Vidril starts back inside.
Who has a good price?
And he seems almost, to you, Nemo, he seems almost a little bit like coy, almost. But he's all, so, what are you selling this for?
Do we have we had some idea of what the price was. I think it was like
I think it was like 200 gold.
200, yeah, I think.
It was originally 200, and then I thought about it more, and I was like, it's more of a 400 gold thing. So it's 400 gold as more of a base price, depending on where you're selling it, who might want it, etc., etc.
So upcharge it, Nemo.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are we putting
Let him talk.
50%,
Let him talk you
100%?
down.
Not that much.
well,
something reasonable, like 600.
So he said he had never seen them before, right?
Mm-hmm. He's never seen one in person before. Like a whole piece of it.
Don't take advantage of this nice guy.
Well,
And he's looking at you,
Not
and he's
taking
like,
advantage.
his beard is kind of twitching, like his mouth is kind of moving around, but you can't see his mouth and everything, so it's like just kind of like a little beard.
Well, we killed it ourselves, so I feel like we should probably have to charge a little bit more for that. I'll tell you what, though, I can.
Killed it.
The almost dying fee.
I mean, it was gonna kill us. So
I
didn't
can
have much
sell you
choice.
if you. How interested are you in getting more of these?
The individuals seek out danger, don't you? I suppose I'd be interested. This is enough for a large amount of weapons to be made.
In your head, Nemo, you hear, if you tell him the location of it, he's not going to even want to buy ours because he thinks he'll have a chance of going and scouting his own. Just saying.
Okay. I'd be willing to sell the location of where the worm is. I'll lower the price of the teeth, though, if you'd like that.
You think I could kill a sandworm?
No, we
Oh,
already
you said it
killed
was dead. Oh,
I mean,
Give
normally I would
him
charge
along.
like 700 gold for that, but that seems like really, really expensive. But like I could drop it down a lot more if you'd like to buy the location of the worm.
How far out was this from the city?
It wasn't that. It was a couple hours, right?
It was a few miles.
It was like a half day or so trip.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it was far out.
It's
going to direct. You would be able to find your way back to wherever in the vast desert this was that you killed this worm.
I could draw you an exact picture on a map right now.
Based on what specific monuments or streets? There are none out there.
I use the stars. I've been traveling in these deserts for years. That's all I do.
Roll
She is a
me
nomad who has been.
a deception check.
I'm going
She's
to
a
point to
nomad.
Kanari as well
Knows
and say that
exactly
she's
how to get back.
a nomad that's gone through the temples and the everything as well.
Roll a deception check.
Deception. That's all I do is lie.
That's true.
Lie and perceive.
Well, that's a
Canoodle.
12.
Oof.
A 12. He's gonna go. You don't seem like the intellectual type. I'll buy these teeth right in front of me as a promise. Who knows if you even actually killed this thing? I know that I think those cult freaks, they'll take teeth like this. I normally get them from someone who buys them from them. So I bet you didn't kill it.
Do you think I would just sell it to them? Would I not?
Kanari's
Why
like, you
would
see these scars?
Why would I bring it to you?
To be
Why
honest, you
would
seem
we-
like you might be from there yourself. And he does look at Kanari and notice this. He's like, he stiffens a little bit and he's like, "You're probably from the monastery, aren't you?"
I changed into
Trying to get a
I
better
bought
price.
those normal
Oh, but you are
clothes and I
bald.
changed
Oh,
into those.
You're still bald though.
It's true. I'm still bald
Mhm.
and awkward looking, but I
Mhm.
changed out of the monastery.
That's a
clothes
good
at
point, though.
least.
Good point. But he'll settle on. I'll buy what I see in front of me now. I need something hard. I need not promises of a future profit, but evidence of one concrete in front of me. We deal in concrete things.
These
here.
are rock hard, and I think right in front of you from last I checked.
He snorts
So.
and he coughs to cover it up.
So you'd like all 4 then?
I'll take all 4.
Well, if you take all 4, I'll strike you a deal then. How about 2,400 gold?
2,400 gold.
Wait, hold on. Let's do the math on this. What did we say it was?
That's
600
600
per.
a piece.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. That's good. All right, cool. I'm just making.
And he's gonna one
Just
moment,
kinda
and he's gonna
standing
go into the back, and he's gonna pull what looks to be a book. You can see him through the doorway, Nemo. But he pulls out what looks to be a book, and he starts to flip through it, and he's going down this page, and he's kind of twitching his beard a bit again, and then he comes back out, bowls his way over, and he goes, 2,000.
2,200.
Again, I'd be willing to go lower, but I mean, the whole process of killing it, dragging it this whole way, I mean, that's quite a. I mean, it was just me and her. We don't have any help. I'd maybe be able to go 2,200.
Roll another persuasion or deception check, whichever.
2,200, and he throws in the chaotic bow staff.
That's actually not a bad idea.
2,200, and you throw in that chaos bow. She'll say with
Nemazine Tau, you piece of crap.
23.
23.
I'm very good at lying.
the one
I
thing.
literally hate you
I'll look
so
between
much.
the 2 of you. I suppose that is rather skilled. And his eyes will dart over to
And this
to
one just
Kanari.
cried the whole time.
Cried? You're blind. I had to tell you where to hit. I had to
What was
aim
your-
you at the.
Nemo,
You were
what was
swinging in
your
the wrong
return?
direction. What'd you
What
say?
was your return to 2,400 again, or were you returning to like
No,
22?
2,200.
Okay,
Plus the bow.
we'll go. Did you say plus the chaos?
I
staff?
said
We don't-
plus the chaos
we
staff.
don't
I
need to go
attacked
for-
that on. I was like, plus the chaos staff.
We don't.
You would have heard it because she was
Oh.
connected to you, and she
Oh,
stated this
you
beforehand.
want the? I thought you were. For some reason, I thought you had it. And you
The
were giving me
chaos,
that.
the
Yeah.
staff
No.
of chaos. Mhm.
How much
If
was
you
it
didn't say it
originally?
out loud, she would have. It
It
was
was
500 gold.
600 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Might as well. Try to.
That's like that's like doubling my original offer. Yeah, 2,200. We'll see maybe about the discount on the staff too.
What kind of discount on the staff?
How much was it before?
I'll give you 21. 21 plus the chaos staff.
Yes, yes, yes. You hear your head. Do it.
That's an even
You
better
better
than
take that.
2,200. Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that.
Okay,
Kanara's
then
like in your head.
bring the piece into the back. I'm gonna need gloves. But as you guys bring it inside, he'll bring you guys out a chest, a very nondescript. Thank you. Isabel, I've needed you the past 4 days. There's been so many phrases that I couldn't think of, and I was like, if I could only ask Isabel, she'd know. Because
You're
I was trying to think of verbal clutter, the phrase verbal clutter, and I
Yeah.
couldn't think of it, and it was driving me nuts. And I was asking everyone at work, and no one knew. And they were like, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know either. My goodness. Anyway, but
Like,
yeah.
sure you
So
do.
a little nondescript chest, and you open it, and it gleams gold. So you guys have that, and he does bring out the staff of chaotic energy to you, Kanari, and he'll say, use it wisely. And he'll kind of
Do I
chuckle at his
will not.
own.
As if I do anything but wise stuff. So, yeah, no
Hmm.
worries.
And he'll look between you guys
And
and
she's
back up
got
the
like a
keys
little
again.
smile. She's trying to hide it, but she's like,
He'll snort again as he walks away, and he'll be like,
chaos staff, baby!
have a nice afternoon. As he goes back into his back shop and starts to tear those things apart.
Good job,
So-
Nemo. That was good.
High five. That 23 was really good.
High five, indeed.
Okay.
You'll have to send me the
So-
stats for that whenever you get a chance, but
Yes,
later is fine.
ma'am.
But whenever. Oh, yes.
We
I
need
will-
to get a bag of holding for all of our
We
gold.
do. We do. We should.
Well, we have
should do it
cash.
here.
We have like checks, don't we?
We have notes. We have like 1,000 gold in notes, but we should totally, with your 2,400 or 2,100 gold that you've got there, you should totally see about getting a bag of holding if you guys have
Mhm.
time.
How much
I
do we
would
have
love
in
to
party
get
fund?
2
right now?
bags of holding if you get my chest. Aha, winky, winky.
Oh, what did you guys say to me before? Sorry, what was your question? I was looking up the thing so I could send it to her.
Oh,
Oh, it was for me. He was asking if we had notes.
Oh, okay.
We have
There's several.
3,125 gold left.
and 1,000
But
is mine, right?
No. Yes, 1,000 of that is yours. 1,000 of it is in notes. So of the 3,000, 1,000 of that is in notes.
Cool.
We have
Okay.
2,000 left total. Nemo has 500 left on his tab. I have 700. Tahl has 700. Nala doesn't have any, but we would help her out if she needed something.
Yeah. I was saying that we should get a bag of holding. Yeah, while we're because this is kind of probably a good place to get it.
And
a
I
good
was saying
town.
Or
you
the-
get 2
or the
bags
array.
of holding
Why
if you
two?
get my.
I don't get your drift. What do you
He
want?
was being
two?
inappropriate.
If you guys make your way to, we can just for ease of brevity or whatever, you guys can find some magical items at a shop in the Penny Sword kind of thing. If you guys want to
Okay.
try to buy this thing, you will find it priced at. Would you guys want to look at anything else that's being held at the shop, at a magic shop that you would be looking at, or would you just be buying this guy? I could give you a listing.
Wait, what are we doing?
Buying a bag of holding.
Bag of holding. If
Um,
we kill
Correction, I
Lusitania,
don't
she
think they
has
have
one.
magical. Yeah, they don't have magic shops in the Penny Sword. It would be up to Eralt. But if you guys are going to a magic shop, that'll be the only
Okay.
option for you. Only magic shops have. Only Eralt has magic shops.
Aaron,
I don't
correction.
think-
I have 810 gold.
Oh no, I'm keeping track of. We got a bunch of money together, and instead of splitting
Oh.
it up, I just kept it.
I think it was,
okay.
yeah.
If anyone is actually doesn't, I thought you all knew this, but if anyone would like to look up what happens when you put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding, you can Google it. It's quite.
Oh,
great.
I know what happens. Karhale doesn't know what happens, but I know what happens.
A magic
guys
shop.
shouldn't
What
look it
I know,
Just find out what happens when
I
you
hate-
do it.
I
Oh,
hate
boy.
asking you, like, just what they have, but magic shop. What do they have?
The magic shop that. Okay, so in Eralt, you're gonna find.
Anything I would, as Nemazine, be interested in.
Anything that Nemazine would be interested in. Basically, this one magic shop, you'll find things you would be interested in. There's a spell book that they
So our
have
magic
on
magic
sale,
shops
but
like
you'd have to flash your medallion for that.
are magic shops
Um,
like legal drugstores? So like the
Couple-
CVS of the drug world.
Yeah, in essence, you'd have to put your name down, list an address, etc. You'd have to prove your address, basically.
Oof.
Prove our address, eh?
We stay in
But
a
that
hotel.
could be some persuasion checks rather than actual concrete stuff.
Or you
But
could
in
go
essence,
to the black market and get a bag of holding. You love the black market.
you have a
How we
spell.
could, but
There's
there's no real
multiple
point.
spell
It's gonna
scrolls.
be more
There's multiple
expensive.
spell scrolls available at the magic shop that you're at. Beyond that, there is a bag of holding in stock. There's only one though,
Okay.
and it's worth. Let me look at this again. It's worth 2,800.
I think we should steal one.
All you gotta
That's
do
more
is
money
ask.
than we just got all the teeth for.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask.
You guys could try.
I might
I
go
don't-
ask you.
Think we need it yet, personally.
Not that
but-
badly. Not that badly. Maybe we should get some more notes.
And if you
That's
wanted
another thing.
any of the
Chunks of gold.
spell scrolls,
No, spell scrolls do me no good.
Okay. Cool. Then that's what's going to be at that specific shop that you guys go to.
Okay.
If you guys hit another shop, there's like I have all the pages. There's potion shops around. The potion shop with that kind of up-tooty lady, but they have potions there. They'll also have the temple, which has different magical items as well.
Go to the temple.
But they're going to be pretty expensive.
We're all so
Already-
wanted.
I already went to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm good for on that end. I don't.
But
think
you
we need to
didn't
get it
like
that
you
bad.
didn't look at any magical items that they might have had, Nemo. I was just saying that there's like they have a temple shop in essence.
No, I think I did, didn't I?
I mean, you went to one back in Aren, way back when.
Oh, okay.
They have a staff there. Some glasses that are for are you going there or would you not?
Temple, no.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Anything else then as you guys are out and about shopping? Music box?
Ooh, if she comes across one.
Okay. I mean, if you went through the bazaar, you might find one.
A bazaar, that'd be cool. Bazaars.
Mhm. It's a lot of
How bizarre.
different knickknacks.
How bizarre.
Do you want to go to the bazaar and we can come back to that after we
Yeah.
go to Anala? Okay.
Sounds good.
So we'll do bazaar with you, Nemo. Your day was spent with Kanari, right? Selling and lugging those things around.
Essentially, yeah.
It would have taken
Now-
a good portion of the day to lug it across such a distance across the city and everything.
Even with the
Even with
horses?
the horses, the teeth are heavy.
They're
and,
big,
and it
they're
would be
heavy.
like dragging it through the street and trying not to hurt anyone and stuff.
Nemo, you could try to sell the location of the sandworm at the bazaar and just see what happens.
I could, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You also keep in mind that selling it to people that they would have to, because they would have to have the means to pay, buy, find mercs to be able to do that kind of job that you guys did. And it's pretty dangerous. Like, the acolytes are kind of nuts for doing this kind of thing as a way to make money.
Maybe if we're here for long enough, Nemo and I should go back out there and get more teeth and come back.
Yeah, if no one's found it already, since the acolytes already know about this dead money trove.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, they might have already taken the
No,
body.
that was the whole reason I wanted to do it immediately, was sell the
Yeah,
location. But
You're not
We were
wrong.
going
You're not
to,
wrong.
and then a toll got killed.
The longer you wait,
Yeah,
the less
stupid
likely you'll be
Tahl.
able to. It'll still be there, but no worries. So coming to Anala, Madame.
Before we start, can we take a quick break?
Oh,
I have to pee so
yes.
bad.
I should also
but-
be.
I will have to go in about hour and 15 minutes
Okay,
for church. So
gotcha.
Well, then we can do everything that they need to do, and then I can spend a little longer. So then, what I want to go to the monastery. I can go to the monastery after that Emo gets off or whatever.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to leave until I've got like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. So let's go. We'll go potty break, and then we'll come back and we'll get back into this.
okay.
Bye. Hi.
Hello.
What's up,
Hello, hello.
ma'am?
I have tea. So I'll probably have to pee again in another hour.
I
That's
know
fine.
what you mean. Entirely. I need this item. I have to pee so often, my goodness.
Hello.
Not moved. I'm just organizing my thoughts so I don't forget anything with Merrick. Because I always forget something really important.
Do you want to do her convo with him first? Just to make sure we get that in? Or
I might leave it to the end when Nathan leaves, kind of thing. Just
Yeah,
to see
that's
if you
what I
want
was
to do anything
thinking.
that because
Okay.
since that'll just be purely Carhale.
that's true.
Let's
Okay.
see what else will entail. Did you want to try to hunt down the Hydra now? Because we can do that, and I would basically, kind of thing. We can try to keep it to about an hour kind of combat for this next hour if we want to do that.
I wasn't thinking we do that today.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of waiting until because my time is going to be. I basically have this one day of free time before I am nonstop working on these potions. So, does anyone want to hear how I'm going to be doing this?
Please.
Oh boy.
So,
one question for the DM. With the chaos staff, is it you have to roll a natural 20, right? That's what it means, not just a 20.
Natural 20. Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Go.
No worries.
Go,
okay, so I'm going to be getting it done in half the amount of time. So I'm going to work through the night, take 1 point of exhaustion, drink coffee the following day to avoid said exhaustion, and then use the calming tea to get a 4-hour long rest to take away the exhaustion, and then repeat the process.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be chaos.
You're a workaholic even in D&D.
It reminds me of that lady, like from
yeah,
Meet the
coffee
Robinsons
patches.
movie.
Yes, so sorry about
Sorry, you want my caffeine patch?
I'm fine. Okay.
And no side effects. Can I assume, Liz? When I got tea the other day, could I have gotten the calming tea and the coffee for the next week, just while I was at it?
Oh yes. How much were you needing to buy? And you can mark off that gold.
However much I need to get through the week. So it would be 10.
I don't know.
10. Oh wait, hold on. I'll do the math on that. I'm gonna write down to do the math on it, and then I'll text you later. So
and we'll be able to get that.
I'll make a note. I'll make a note to do the math on that because I'm not doing the math on that now.
No worries.
Because we're a little pressed for time,
honestly.
So I'll make a note. Do the math.
Let's see what else we need to hit. Okay, so Anala. We'll start with Anala then. Okay, ma'am. What were you going to be up to then?
All that research. My goodness, so much.
Doki, the smart Anala getting down to hit the books. Okay, so first off, this research stuff. So what does Tahl say happened? Little do they acknowledge the other members that it's just read a Tahl.
So nice to have a smart person.
Okay. Do you want that? What do you want to do first? Because basically the questions that you have that are like history oriented, you'll be heading to the console ward, and you're going to be spending basically the day, multiple days, trying to answer these respective questions, and just getting down into the books. And it's going to take you multiple days to answer these kinds of questions of research, and that will cost money because research, according to the handbook, is a gold a day, just to sit down, do research, the kind of money that like it'll cost to stay there, as well as to kind of like do the food and blah blah blah. So it's a gold a day for research.
You don't have to pay.
The evidence, though, you won't have to pay for necessarily because you'll be doing that in your own bedroom, probably in the inn that you guys are staying at. Do you want to do the evidence first, or do you want to do the questions at the at the library first?
I'll hit the library first.
The library that you find in the console ward is very tall, not super decorative. This one, or actually, sorry. Let me give you the choice of libraries, because one, you're going to have the priest, the Tellurian Ministry Library, which is going to be very beautiful, superfluous in, what am I saying? Opulence. The opulence, very, very vast and beautiful. Then there's the military library, which is more going to be like military history, stuff like that, which you will have to give IDs and information about yourself for each. And it will cost you money to go into the the Tellurian Ministry one. No. Tellurian Ministry, that one's free. That one's open to everyone because it's got like Tellurian stuff in there. But the military one will cost money to enter and spend time in. And then there's going to be a third one that's kind of more of just a general library that's in the Penice ward, which is the closest to you. But it might not have the right kind of information that you're looking for. The other two libraries seem to be a lot more vast in knowledge, basically.
Okay.
And the Penice one will also be free unless you damage something.
Unless I damage something.
If you burn a book or wet a book, and there's no food or water allowed inside the premises.
Well, darn. I'll hit the free one first.
Okay, so free library one. And I'll say, what does Tahl say happened with the Western Wind's last battle? That one, do they acknowledge? You can basically hit 2 of these questions per. No. We'll say a question per day, and so you'll
Most
be
of
basically
them are
spending the
related.
next 5 days.
I was going to
doing
say
this.
most of them are somewhat related.
Do they
It's
acknowledge
like the
other
same
members?
subject.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who is Jezreel to
A lot
Tahl?
of them, it's like it's researching one thing, but it's like multiple questions about that. But if she was to research just the Western Winds in general, she would answer all those questions.
These 4 questions, I'll say it'll take about 2 days of research to get to. And then the Oni, though, that'll be something a little bit separate and probably more time to research, to find information.
Okay.
On. Let's see. And then evidence on Lusitania, that'll be a separate thing as well.
Yeah.
But sorry, you wanted to hit the library first instead of working on the evidence first at the inn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the library, go ahead and give me mark off 1, 2 days golds for the research aspect, and it's free beyond that. So you mark off the 2 gold, and then give me a history check, a religion check, and a general intelligence check to see, investigation check to see how you put the information together. So the first 2, and religion.
And then...
8 R, and then I.
Hold on, let me get my other dice out. Well,
Weren't the other ones the bad ones?
Oh, you're right. Crap, wait. My actual knowledge.
Don't use the bad ones. I'll send you a set of dice. I'll bless them first. I'll roll them a couple times.
After the
Make
first
sure
2
you line them with silver too.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Silver.
I knew it. There
We
was
have-
a secret to this.
I'm Taliesin. She is Will Wheaton.
Well, history. Thank God I have a +5 to history. 9.
Nice. Okay. Got it. For the religion check.
Erin!
Stop.
Send me, just any dice you can. What was the second one?
Religion.
Also a 9. I rolled this.
Okay.
4 for
9.
both of them.
9. Lovely.
That's what we get for playing D&D on a
You
Sunday.
do, if you want, by the way, you do have the 1 inspiration point, so you could re-roll one of them if you'd like. But maybe you can see this roll first.
I'm scared.
Liz gives us inspiration all the time. That it's not something
I'm trying
to be
to.
stingy
You
with.
guys have
I
cool moments.
She gives
I've only
us
gotten it
inspiration
twice.
pretty much. She gives us inspiration
You
pretty much
barely
anytime we
use it,
have good
Nathan.
role playing.
And that's
I've
because
only given it twice.
Nemo just is a
I've
pain in the
used it
butt.
several times.
This is true.
Nemo doesn't use it almost ever. You always
If
save it.
I
for good
were-
moments.
Well,
So
no, I
you-
save it, but I'm saying you've never given it to me more than twice.
Because
Because
you
you
have
don't
it.
use it.
Yeah.
She can't give. She
I'm
can't
not
give you
gonna
more
just
than
say
one.
inspiration. Oh.
But you can still say you'll get some inspiration.
And
for
I
that,
have said
I
it a
just-
couple times. I've said it multiple times.
Only
It's
twice
not like
for
you're
me.
recording. I doubt you remember me. I said it before.
Anyways, if I were to use it, which again, should I use it for
So you have the
history or
investigation
religion?
check last. So your history and religion is basically how much information you're garnering.
well,
So it'll
yeah.
kind of be how much I'll tell you about both respective fields. Investigation will be actually putting the facts together into a understood whole, I
meant
guess.
history or religion because I rolled for those two. I didn't roll for.
It depends on what you think might apply more. So history being what actually happened back then versus religion, maybe the effects on the ministry and whatnot.
I'll use it for history. So I'll roll for history then.
And she rolls a 3.
Okay. Please. Isabel giving you bad karma. This doesn't sound like a good sigh.
It's 12. I got it. It's 12. I guess
Better.
It's better than yeah, whatever.
Okay, so 12, a 9, and then give me that investigation check.
Oh, okay. 30-20.
Ooh. Okay. So in essence, you couldn't find very much on the religion section. In the religion section, for these 2 days of spending them at this public library.
Surprise, Tahl, I'm dumb.
And to be honest, the library itself, the roles kind of reflect the library's own, like what they have to offer in a sense. So less you not finding the information and more like it just doesn't really exist in this specific library. But with what you did find, you were able to put it together into what kind of makes sense and what kind of connects to what's going on now. So what does Tahl say happened with the Western Wind's last battle? In essence, the books say that the battle with Coagumus, which is a dragon, a very large ancient dragon that was threatening this the southern parts of Tahl, specifically the main city, and even more southward from Eralt. And basically what happened during that battle was that the Western Winds, basically what Aaron already knows, and I don't, what Karhali already knows, and I'm not sure if she told Anala, but in essence, that everyone in the Western Winds, except for the priest of Taylor and the paladin of Taylor, which is Jezrien, the hero of champions, the hero of the champion of honor, and Enora. And it refers to her in a weird roundabout way. It doesn't clearly say her name. It says the druid of the group. But it will say Taylor's druid specifically, and it will be kind of like implying that she was a cleric of nature, basically, throughout all of the words written down about them. And same thing with Marok. It'll say he was a priest of Taylor as well, and everyone in the group was of Taylor. It kind of whitewashes it in a sense. And let's see, next question. Do they acknowledge the other members? Oh, they say the stuff that happened in the battle. Same basic thing. The battle happened against Coagumus, and Coagumus was destroyed, never to be heard from again. The hoard itself being donated to the Tellurian ministry and rebuilding a lot of the places that were destroyed. And it does actually mention a random factoid, since you rolled better on the history aspect here. Random factoid was that Coagumus focused a lot in his destructive desires or his destructive focus on Taylor represented insignia and places and everything. So the priests were killed straight up by him. He would target priests of Taylor. He would target places of honor, etc., etc. Do they acknowledge the other members? I answered that one already, that they were mages. It always refers to them as being directly blessed by Taylor, so it never implies that they were shaitan or pagan worshippers at all. It totally edits that out. Who is Jezrien to Tahl, and what did he do after Coagumus? So Jezrien is hailed as a hero throughout these books. A history aspect, the religion doesn't really say much on him. From what you can see, beyond saying that he was of Taylor and chosen by Taylor. The history aspect, though, it does say he was involved in many philanthropy situations and what's it called? Philanthropic situations, trying to care for the poor, the lesser of Tahl in society, and trying to soothe hurt souls during the war that had been Tahl taking over the north and everything. So he was trying to smooth things over in that way, in a very diplomatic way, from what the history books say. He also, a random factoid that you hadn't known, Anala, was that Jezrien is part royalty. He's in essence he's the brother to the king. They don't have. He did have an initial station, a noble station, but he actually rejected it at a certain point and then left the house of left the royal home. So he rejected his royal attachments there and left. Deciding to make his way and make his name in more of an adventurer kind of way, and saving people if he could, in a way that he couldn't as a royal. He was not in line to be king directly, but he was the younger brother of who was the king, the Sun King, the first Sun King before the child that is presently ruling as Sun King. Let's see. Basics on the Tellurian religion. Where did the anti-magic start? You find the honor tenets, the tenets of honor, and some basic ideals from the honor code. You find the honor code, which is in essence their Bible. Where did the anti-magic start? It's hard to tell where exactly the anti-magic doctrine started. With the low roll on the religion, it's hard to tell, but from what you can surmise based on your investigation check, it seemed like implications with the history aspect of what you found. People weren't being burned at the stake. The witch hunts really didn't start until after Jezrien died. Around the time that he was still up, it seemed like there was kind of not... people might have been, you know how the Jews were starting to be discriminated against initially with, like, they weren't allowed into certain places, and then they weren't allowed to eat here, and then they weren't allowed to do this, etc., etc. And then you had to, like, actually put a little button on your thing that showed that you were Jew, kind of thing. It was kind of like that. It started off very slow, and Jezrien was trying to kind of, like, push back against that. But you don't find anything about Jezrien pushing back. Nothing like that. Carhale knows that he was, like, pushing back because Honora was like trying to. Honora said that he was like trying to help with that. Anyway, let's see. What are the Oni? Okay, so this is going to be a separate set of rules. Nothing at the library has anything to do with Oni, and you realize that right away. So you'll have to go to either the library, the magical Tellurian Ministry library, or the military library for stuff about Oni.
Did you say that she found the Tellurian? What'd you call it? Their
honor code, which is like their Bible.
their honor code. The things that Tahl was learning.
The things that Tahl was learning is not... the oaths that she gave are not at all. Okay. What's it called? Paralleled in these.
I see.
Well, no, they're parallel. They're vaguely there, but they're not word for word at all.
Okay. All right.
What were you saying?
So go ahead and decide which do you think you would like to go. The Tellurian Ministry, where it might be a little bit more sketchy about you going there, but you could probably disguise yourself somehow and sneak in because you're good at being sneaky. Or the military library, in which case you'll have to pay and give a lot more information about yourself than you might prefer.
Probably the first one, because we're still wanted and everything. Yeah, I'll go to the... what was the first option?
To the Tellurian Ministry library. It's up in the Array district. So go ahead and give me first 2 silver, make it 4 silver because it's going to be the to and fro trip. Kunari, Nemo, go ahead and mark down the returning trip to 2 silver. Sorry, it's 2 silver, so it's 4 silver for you and Nala.
Okay.
And in Array, this library is very beautiful. It's very big. There's multiple levels, and it's a little bit harder to kind of like find your way through. So the rolls will be a little bit more difficult because there's so much more information to choose from.
My
So
dice already hate me today.
for the Oni question, it'll take you a day. So we'll say this is the 8th that you're sorry, the 7th that you're going to be searching for this. A day, maybe 2 days. It's up to you actually. You determine to me if you'll spend more time. If you spend more time, it'll be a little easier because you'll have more time to work on it. Spend less, it'll be harder.
I'll spend more time.
Okay. How many days would you like to spend doing it? You still have 3 days until unofficially, Give is coming back.
Just 2 then.
Okay. So the 2 days that you'll be spending then, go ahead and mark off 2 gold for the research. And then there's no additional price because it's free for everyone. So go ahead and give me a stealth check, though, to stay under the radar of anyone who might care to see you and take note. Oh, you also have a hood that gives you advantage.
bonus?
You have the hood, so
Yeah,
you'll have
yeah,
advantage on it, the elven hood, and Enola would definitely use it.
Yes, she would. 19.
Okay. So 19, definitely. You don't see anyone paying any untoward attention to you as you make your way through this library. So now give me another history, religion, investigation check on the question of Oni.
15 for history. Oh, I hate you. I swear, 9 again for religion.
Mm-hmm.
10 for investigation.
10, okay.
I hate these dice.
And for investigation?
10.
Oh, sorry, what was history?
9 again.
Oh, wait, 9 for religion and history again?
No, history. No, you didn't hear one of them, but now I can't remember.
I know it was 9 for religion.
Yes.
Because I remember that one and I wrote it down immediately. And then 10 for investigation. Go ahead and give me another.
I
roll.
think the first one you
Was
said
it
15.
Yeah, no, it was 15.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 10.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard you said 15.
Okay. So you're not really sure how any of this stuff will really apply to the future. But you basically discover a lot of the information you already have heard about in the past. Additionally, from their perspective, the Tellurian Ministry's perspective, Oni are the original kind of like devil created, so the yokai to contrast Taylor's goodness. They are creatures of darkness, and they actually specifically state that the Oni came about because of the dark days from before, so 5,000 years ago. And yeah, the dark days basically created these creatures. Whatever it is that happened during that time, they don't know, but the Oni are direct descendants from the bad stuff from there. That's the history aspect. The religion aspect, there's not so much on the religion aspect or like Taylor's specific reference to them or anything, beyond them being an abomination to honor itself. History, they are known to basically infiltrate and steal away individuals. There's a lot of legends and folklore that talk about how Oni will replace the children of good, honor-fearing parents and stuff. And in that situation, then you must take your child immediately to honor the honoress or the priest, the high honorable priest of the area, and make sure that they can purify or do away with the child depending on what needs to happen, kind of thing. There's also a lot of propaganda about how magic users are basically Oni, also descended from the Dark Days. A lot of information about, like, hey, if you know someone who can do this, you should send information to this person and tell your high priest of the area that this person needs to be excommunicated or ousted from society or destroyed if they're dangerous, etc., etc. Let's see. So yes, that that's basically all you can really find on the term Oni. For the most part, they refer to them as Shaitan, and Shaitan kind of gets twisted and used for any kind of darker creature that they'll refer to. So it's not a great term for specific research. For information, since you rolled pretty high on history, it is said that the blessed silver works better against Oni. It also claims that fire is not exactly a bad choice either, depending on the kind of Oni it is. They only seem to know about the red and blue, whereas their clarifications between the two is that red Oni are a lot more vicious and tend to be wanting destruction a lot more readily, and then the blue Oni tend to be the ones that take people's places and try to masquerade as others for long periods of time. Apparently, Inquisitors were created for the most part to be able to attack and destroy Oni, as well as regular Shaitan magic users.
Cool.
So it basically, since Oni have this ability to shapeshift, the Inquisitors have ways to see through that. And it doesn't really get too much beyond that. In answer to Carhole's comment that she needs to figure out where and with whom the anti-magic policies began, it's with the Taloran Ministry, from what you've gathered so far. That's as far as you can really tell. Specifics beyond that is a little difficult. But Taloran Ministry is definitely the source of these lies, as well as
Well, we knew that.
your own natural intelligence. I know. Your own natural intelligence, it seems like they have a big, strong, power grip, a grip over Talorian's government right now. Like, normally they should be a little bit more even between the military and royal house and stuff, but especially with the honors as regent, he's got command of almost all the powers of Tahl right now. But yeah. Okay, so circling back then to we're gonna hit Nemo and Kanari's bazaar trip. So you guys are going to the bazaar, right?
Okay.
Yes, I think so. At least for a hot second.
Okay, so you guys trip to the bazaar. The bazaar is very beautiful. It's a mishmash of all kinds of things. For Kanari, it's a mishmash of sounds and smells. Food, like street foods being sold, and the sounds of people calling out, hey, we have this here, we have that here, selling this for now, and get it now before it's all too late, kind of thing. Shouts in your ears you guys are passing through, and it's further into the Penny's Ward, a little bit to the northern side of Penny's Ward. Yeah, and what's it called? As you guys are making your way through the bazaar, there's a lot of people that are calling out to you. There's hats over here, bracelets being sold over here. Pretty lady, you should try on this hat over there, kind of thing. What's it called? Some people are selling weapons. There's like small ornate daggers being sold at one booth. There's a man sitting on a little carpet rolled out who's pretty young and seems to be missing some of his teeth. Based on the way he sounds to you, Kanari, but he seems to be selling what sounds like little decorative dolls that are made by hand, like for kids. Let's see. You hear one tinker. I've been meaning to use this actually. So this one tinker dude is calling out. Let's see, tinker, pot mender, knife grinder, willow wand, and he's like kind of pushing a little cart down the bazaar. Willow wand, water finder, cut cork, mother leaf, silk scarves off the city streets, writing paper, sweetmeats, spelt leather, and he just keeps on calling off this rhyming scheme of things that he sells as he goes down. Tinker in town tonight, gone tomorrow, etc. as he's pushing his little cart. And you hear some people coming up to him. Nemo, you see this guy. He's got like a what's it called? Scarf wrapped around his head. Turban.
Turban.
I just
was
said
like,
Arabian.
You mixed up with Turabian.
I said
Turabian. Like Turabian.
And yeah, so he's pushing through, and he's got his scarf wrapped really tall on his head, and there's like pretty little like what looks to be golden thread through it and everything. It's very pretty. He's just pushing his thing through. You hear other people just selling whatever you could really want of the little knick-knack kind of variety you'll find here. What were you guys specifically looking for again? Oh, you do hear, in looking around, maybe spending about an hour or so time looking through what's around, you will find a little cellar of what's little musical instruments, basically. But like techy little musical instruments. Things that have been taken from old Kellen kind of new technologies of sound, recording and stuff like that. But vaguely magical, some of them. But you'll find what looks to be, if Nemo's helping you, like in looking specifically, or you'll be directed by word of mouth to this man who's selling little music boxes.
Cool.
Oh, that's right.
Kanari is very fascinated with the idea of the concept of a music box, so she'll go up to them and be like, "So, what's this thing? Music box that holds music? Is this what?"
Well, we do have multiple different music boxes. A new musical art advancement in technology for us. They've had this sort of thing in Kel for probably a good long time, and he kind of like darts a little bit, pauses, hesitates, kind of jumps over that. But we and Tahl have just as good advancements as we might in musical fields. What kind of song do you think you're looking for? Something old, I'd hope. That's what I have on hand. An old lullaby. I have an old Talon lullaby for you. I also have the country's national anthem on this one right here. What kind of song do you think you're looking for?
Oh, I don't know many songs. You can play a lullaby. I suppose I may have heard it once. Who knows?
He pulls out one and he opens it, and it is vaguely familiar to you. And it's just a little tune that's going da 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 and then he closes it again.
I like it.
And he's like, so this one is a classic lullaby. You also have this one. It's a little bit more peppy, and he opens it, and this one goes like da 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 and then it starts over again. Little cute little peppy song. You also have another one that's like and then it pauses there. I feel like a little video game where you're like off in the side thing where you're picking up Easter egg stuff that has nothing to do with the quest.
It's true.
Anyway, this one you have another one that's like and it's
the song that Geef sang us.
Oh, well, Kanari doesn't really, just, I don't know if she would remember that. I think she would remember that, probably.
The We Be Soldiers 3. It's sound. Kanari's really good with that stuff.
That's true, she would know that. Well, okay, how much for the lullaby one and the
lullaby one?
The one with the last song.
He'll probably say For the lullaby one, which is pretty popular, he'll go 8 silver. For the last one that he did, that one is gonna be 6 silver. And yes, those are the only two you're asking about, right?
Fine, whatever. She's not even trying to argue. She's like, whatever. Here.
Like, of course then. Here you go. And he'll wrap it up in a little silk wrap for you and make a little pretty knot that you won't appreciate, but he'll hand it to you. Anything for you, sir? And he'll direct his eyes over to Nemo.
Just kind of toss it at him.
He has little instruments around too. He has what looks to be a little pan flute, little bird flute, what looks to be a longer bamboo flute. What's it called? There seems to be some little strummy instruments that you might not know the names of. And
is this my bard arc about to come up?
Yeah, this is your I'm gonna be multi-classing into bard art.
That would be amazing. Nemo as bard? That would be amazing.
No, not really.
Anything?
No, I am. Yes, there we go. That would be very atrocious, but.
Okay. So, anything else you guys are going to be looking for in the bazaar?
Bazaar, probably.
There's tapestries being sold. There's pottery being sold somewhere else. There's also some what looks to be weird concoctions that are supposed to help you stay more alert in your day-to-day life. It'll help. It definitely will. It's something that they used to sell all their days, and then someone else is selling something else. Little wood carvings, little animals that are carved out of wood, and then another little tapestry has like things made out of like precious stones, almost like jade, maybe amethyst. Some there's even like dice that are made out of amethyst on one of the tapestries laid out.
Kanari is gonna go up to the person selling jade and other stones like that, and say, do any of these rocky things, do any of them, I know sometimes they have like meaning associated with them, any of them mean like freedom or yeah, that the door.
Stones. I'm curious.
Putting you on the spot, DM.
Yeah. Let me see. He's gonna it's actually a woman, and she's gonna lean back. She seems a little bit older, and her voice is kind of raspy, and she's like, "Oh, I think I might have it."
I know.
Oh yeah? Off the top of your head?
There's sunstone. It's a real thing.
Yeah? What does it look like?
It means like it's like really reflective. And it's kind of like pink, and it's got like light pink and like white veins in it, and it's got like some redder spots, and it's got like some.
Oh, I see it now. It's got this like orangish hue to it, almost like the salt lamp that you have. It's really pretty.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So she has what seems to be a little sandstone, which Kanari can't see, but when you feel it, it's got this kind of like rougher edge to it, almost like granite, but not as rough. And
I know a lot about rocks, guys.
She'll basically describe what Karhale just described as its looks, and she'll
sandstone is different,
and it looks to be the stone itself seems to be as part of a little leather wrap around it that goes into a necklace.
Perfect. I was actually going to ask if they can make it into a necklace.
Nice. She'll say this is associated with freedom, and the woman will actually put her hand on your wrist and be like, "I wear one of my own," and she brings your hand up to her neck, her clavicle, where a similar stone with a similar like feel to it is resting. And she'll also bring your hand onto her wrist again, where she'll let your hands brush over what looks to be a brand, an old healed over brand. And she'll say, Taylor has saved many people of Elithkar and its sins.
Oh,
And her
right.
rasping voice, like almost as though the throat itself was damaged by maybe smoking or something like that, it has a different connotation now based on the idea that she used to be from a rough kind of upraising.
Smoker's kid.
Right. So, how much for the necklace stone thingy?
Why do you wish for it, child?
Well, I just think that, freedom's a really great thing to attain, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you have it, I guess. So it's kind of like a symbolic prayer of sorts that may be one's reality one day, I guess.
So you're aiming. What are you in bondage to now, if you don't mind my asking?
My own thoughts and fears.
I can understand that entirely. How about you take this stone for now, as you're seeking out the freedom that it represents, and you come back to me and tell me when you have attained it.
Well, thank you. I will try to come back as best. I don't get around a lot with all this, so hopefully yes, I will try for sure. Thank you. And she'll kind of just awkwardly take it, just like,
and she'll pat your hand.
Sorry moment.
Pat your hand as you go, and like her calloused fingers are very warm where they're touching your skin.
Oh, I like it. Okay, she'll put it in her bag for now. Not for lady, but
oh yeah, you're good.
You too. I guess. Thanks. And turn, like, not wanting to ruffle her feathers because she just gave her something, and turns.
You hear like a very like raspy low chuckle follow you as you move away. But warm, very warm.
Cool. Yeah.
Anything else in this bazaar, my dudes?
That's good.
Nemo?
Not really. There's nothing. No. Unless someone wants to show me how to sell my soul to the devil. They want to sell that to me.
Nemo, let's go to you and approach.
That was the most Nemo thing.
What are you going to do with the information about where the Painters Guild is, basically? The pleasure house that's to the north in Pennies.
I mean, what else do you do at a pleasure house but pleasure myself?
Mm-hmm. So are you going to... My question is, are you going alone? Are you going to go scout it out on your own, maybe? Take someone with you or something?
Well, I might, but that won't...
Too young to go to a brothel.
I was going to discuss it when I get back in the evening, so...
Okay. Karhale will be unavailable for the next unforeseen amount of time. So the only people you find back at the inn and everything will be Kanari and Anala. Well, actually, Anala is also pretty much... Basically, Anala and Karhale, for the purpose of actually doing stuff for the next until the weekend,
it's just me,
are
bro.
obtained. So you find Kanari, who's not busy doing something, but yeah.
So have we skipped? Is everyone done with their day? Then we've skipped all the way forward to
yeah,
whatever it's called, evening.
Well,
okay.
Well, I've got my thing in the afternoon, but we were waiting on that because it's just me. So we were waiting in case you had anything you needed to do before you had to go.
Okay.
Would you be available at night, Karhale? I thought you were starting right after your conversation, basically.
Yeah, I would be available at night, but I just don't know how long this conversation with Merrick's going to last.
Okay, so we'll say Anala's also available on this night then, specifically.
You mean Karhale?
Anala and Karhale.
Oh, no, I see.
Just because Anala will be starting her stuff probably. Or were you starting this day? I forget now.
I kind of had a thing that I was going to do tonight because I don't think I'm going to be able to start working on the wolf hiss up until tomorrow. So I was gonna go find some place I could beat somebody up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, would you say you're available for when Nemo's coming back? After he's basically just spent the day with Kanari and everything, and he's sitting on the information about the Painters Guild.
Yeah, I could.
Okay, we'll say
Depends
Anala
on-
is also
depends on
available
what he
for the
has to
purposes
say.
of Nemo sharing information and whatnot. And we'll just push your day back from the 8th to the 9th of when you're done with your research and all. Because it won't change much. Okay, so Nemo, what are you telling the people when you get back to the inn and everyone's kind of just chilling, about to go to bed, or like closing out of the evening?
Well, I'll just tell them the whole gist of it, basically. That the pleasure house is where the guild's
That's
base of operations is.
you.
They
You went
have
and got this information for us.
What?
Did you just stumble upon it like on accident? You went to the pleasure house and just happened to find out that that's their headquarters, or how did you?
You're too young to be going to a brothel, Nemo.
No, I went to get drugs.
I went to get.
That's
I went
not.
to get
Right,
laid,
Nemo.
and then I
That's
found
so
out.
much better.
I was doing drugs, Mom, not porn. I swear.
That's not any better, Nemo.
It was
Oh,
just
did you ever take the sharp sugar, Nemo?
no. I only have 2 doses
Wait,
of it.
did
so
you buy drugs?
Maybe. Why? Why does that matter?
What did you buy?
Unimportant.
Carly, what's the big deal? You make drugs. He's buying drugs. Like it's
Drugs
not.
and potions are different. For
Are
the record,
they?
drugs and potions
they?
they're different. Yes, potions are not addictive, and they don't normally do.
You know
bad
that
things.
to be false. A lot of potions are addictive, but you have to
I know.
take them a lot. Yeah.
I
Okay.
know. I know.
Drugs are generally okay. Sharp sugar is bad. Powdered power is bad. Sutera's actually okay. That would be really funny. Did you get that? That would be way funnier.
No, he said something about why is that funny?
No, just if it's the wrong dosage or if it's not prepared right, you'll just speak gibberish for like an hour.
Oh,
It'd be really funny. But
Nice.
Stay away from powdered power and
what's powdered power?
I'm not
tell me
going
about
to
that
answer you. I'm not going to answer you because I don't want you to seek it out.
Well, I'm not gonna
I'll
look
tell you
for it.
this.
If I'm going there, I'll need to know about the drugs if I'm gonna sneak in.
I'm informing Nemo about drugs. This is a bad idea. Okay. Well, basically, it makes you feel like you can do anything for like an hour.
Meta, you get advantage on all ability checks and attack rolls for an hour.
But it's addictive.
And it's extremely addictive, and it's very hard to kick an addiction. So I would avoid that as much as possible. And like look directly into Nemo's eyes. Avoid it. Don't do it. I will find out.
Got it.
And I will be unhappy.
Absolutely necessary.
No,
do not
that is
take
not what I said. That is not what I said.
Okay. You can do Dream Musk. You can do Sutera. Be careful with powdered power and sharp sugar.
What's
Sharp sugar
Dream
is
Moss?
just We've done Dream Moss together. It was
As friends.
pretty fun.
Nice.
You know, it makes you see the threads and stuff.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah. You don't cease to amaze me. But sharp sugar is expensive, and it's just a boost of energy. Did you buy any sharp sugar by any chance?
Yeah. Why?
No reason. How much did you pay for it?
Ooh, I've got something in my eye.
Well, that's not good. You're needed, Nemo. Or he's not talking to us. Oh, no.
I don't think
Okay.
it passed.
No.
I have to go in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oof. Okay, we'll hurry this up.
Okay. Be careful with that. You can do it up to 3 times before you start to have a problem. So just don't
So
use
what?
it more than
It just
3
gives
times.
me energy.
Meta.
By the way,
It
there's
removes a level of exhaustion, gives you advantage on perception and acrobatics, and adds
Yeah.
5 to your movement. 5 feet to your movement.
Wow.
Meh.
That's cool.
That's kind of meh.
Kanara be unstoppable as far as.
Hey. Yeah, that dude was running, and he was almost like getting away, except that Kanari had more than that.
Oh, he was on. Oh, she could have.
Yeah,
Her on
that's
it
why
would be
he's-
sick. That's right. You're right. I forgot about that.
I would only use it if you had to like travel through the night or work through the night on something and you really couldn't rest the next day. Like
Yeah, like if I was
emergencies only.
really going through it at the pleasure house and had to keep going for a long
No.
I understand.
By the way, you may have noticed Karhale is she's got a gold chain tucked into her shirt under her totem
That's
that
new.
she's never worn before.
Kanari wouldn't notice. Otherwise,
wouldn't.
I'd question.
Nemazine wouldn't care.
It looks like a Tahl's holy symbol.
Oh, sadness.
Yep. You
Oh,
guys
wow.
want to be depressed? I am.
Well, either way, if you guys need anything from me, I'm going to be in the Windskeep Inn for the next 10 days.
Wow, the next
probably
10
won't-
days?
10 days?
That's a week, yeah.
You think that we like
What if someone tries to, like, come kill us again? Like, what are we gonna...
Well, why would they look for me in the kitchen?
Not
But
just
they'll
you,
look-
I'm saying
they'll
us.
look
What if
for
we're all
us.
dead by the time we get out of here? Just saying.
yeah.
Are you planning on doing anything in the next 10 days that would make you
I mean,
die?
if you want to add 3
No,
more
we were
necklaces, then you
sleeping
can.
when the Tahl got killed. What did you say?
What did you say?
Nathan,
What did you say?
you want to add more necklaces?
it was a meta. It wasn't a Nemo thing.
You're a terrible person, and I want you to know that. It's okay.
In and
Yeah,
out of
she's just-
character.
She's collecting just memories of all the people she's lost.
Oof.
hmm
R.I.P.
Well, okay. So, plan. Are we going to try to figure out who's got the hit out on us? I may be able to get us on the up and up with the ministry. Apparently, that guy that Jaskier told me I should talk to if I'm ever in trouble is the premier's son. And I guess he's like, that's like the governor or something here. So I might be able to get us in the clear with the ministry. Or at
There's
least
5
with the
different
military.
governors. per ward. Hmm.
Okay, cool.
So sorry,
Five.
5 being there's 1 per ward.
Oh, I was like
Okay.
5 per ward.
Sorry.
He's nobody.
That doesn't- Yeah, he's not that important if there's 5 per ward. That's so
In
many.
essence, he's like the mayor of that area, kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know about the hit. I think we might need to take care of that ourselves. I don't want to ask too much of this random
Nemo
guy
and
that
I can
doesn't know
snoop
us.
around. We're obviously so stealthy.
She looks back and forth between the two of you.
Yeah, sure. Blue hair and baldy. I'm sure.
Okay, I can go invisible. And she's
I can
blind,
just
so
outrun in the
everything
woods.
is invisible to her. So it's like
Same thing.
same
Same
thing.
thing. If I can't see you, can't see me, right?
Wait, is
Okay.
Anala here? Is Anala here?
And all is here.
I am. Oh,
But she's gonna be studying
I did
stuff.
not know that.
Yeah, you're here.
I thought I was. I
Um,
thought I was somewhere else. Still.
No,
no,
she
I-
said
I
everyone was
clarified-
here for.
Yeah,
Oh.
for this, I'd clarify that you're starting your stuff the next morning, kind of thing, and then
Oh,
I shifted
okay.
the day
My
back,
bad.
basically, when you're done.
My bad.
You're being
Well,
awfully quiet
my
and all
plans-
this.
My plans tonight are to get paid for people to punch me in the face, and then I'm going to punch them back. So, unless you guys need me.
That sounds fun. I want to go. Unless Nemo needs an escort. Can we go to your pleasure house later, Nemo?
It sounds like Nemo's
mean,
going to
I
have all the
Will
escorts he
get an
needs.
escort. I was about to make the same joke.
I beat you.
What's up with you and
Um,
prostitutes, man?
I don't.
His
I
mother
never
didn't love him enough as a
prostitute, what?
child, so he seeks outward validation.
Mommy issues.
Aw.
You did visit a prostitute back in Erin.
But
Yeah.
she had a kid, so it's like it's
No,
No, no,
No,
no.
not the one who
No,
The
different
prostitute
girl.
you hired.
visited a different. You hired a prostitute for her time.
Yeah.
okay.
To show you the black market.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I thought was she not the one with the kid?
No.
No, completely different person.
That would be really messed up if you had asked the one with the kid. Anyway.
I want one that has a kid.
Then it really would be mama issues.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nemo's got mommy issues. Carhali's got daddy issues. Kanari's got both.
Everybody issues.
Inala's fine. Inala's relatively well balanced. Way to go, Inala.
Yeah, as far as you know.
As far as we know. We don't know
It's
yet.
True.
So, do you guys need me, or am I good to go get beat up?
We don't really need you.
We always
Okay,
need
cool.
Carhali, Nemo.
No, yeah,
Hmm.
Carla, you are needed. I just want to make sure you know that for no reason, just because.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
We're
working on
very
it.
sentimental of you, Canary. Good job.
Thanks.
You're
Okay.
doing great, Canary.
Thanks. I guess
About
take
the
someone
call.
dying for that, but people have died before. Never mind. Anyway,
We're getting her back. Nemo, I need you to see about getting her body preserved so nothing bad happens to it until we can get. I'm thinking maybe Give could help us, but I don't know how long he's going to be. So we just need
Oh.
to keep. We need to keep the body preserved until we can get someone to bring her back because
I'll look into it.
we're not losing her. Okay.
For right now, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
sure you are.
Okay.
That's Isabel.
Sure.
Sure you are. Okay.
Well, I have to leave, so I am.
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
go to
right.
bed.
Okay.
Nemo,
Yeah. Okay.
just before you leave though, when you do go to bed and you disengage from the group and you go up to your own bedroom and everything, when you're kind of when you finally like get everything set up to go to sleep and you're like sitting down into your bed and everything, you flip over and on the other side of the bed, since there's only one in this room, you see a Tahl sleeping there. And when you look closer, she stopped breathing.
Wait, what?
He sees things,
As
remember?
you
He
lay
just
down
sees
and you
things.
turn over to
sees
your
the
side, you see her
Tahl,
right there, and
but
she's right next to you, like you
Not-
could touch
she's
her
not breathing.
without moving very much. couple
That's
inches from you.
scary.
And then she's not breathing, so you're assuming that you're seeing dead Tahl. And then she flips towards you and moves. And she says, looking at you without blinking.
Can we pause that and have that for next session?
Sure.
It will be much
Come on.
more dramatic if it happens then rather than now.
Okay.
Dang
See
it.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Loves. Okay.
Dang. Well, all right then.
Well, we're gonna be
Deadpool.
at least we're playing next week.
Yes. Oh, that was another thing. Are you available next Sunday, same time, basically?
Let me check.
Because Tuesday of this month doesn't work, right?
So this coming Tuesday does not. I
Got
can do the next Tuesday.
It doesn't work for me. And then the
Oh,
next
it does.
Tuesday doesn't work for Rachel. And then the next Tuesday.
The 31st doesn't
We can
work
talk
for
about
you,
this
Liz?
later.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Anyway, so the only
Dang.
opportunities we really have, as far as I understand, is this coming Sunday and the last Tuesday of next month. I know.
What?
It's the whole thing. Anyway, sorry. We'll
We'll talk about it
we'll get
later.
at
We'll
it.
discuss this in the chat.
But, how much longer do we have presently for people?
Time is it?
I've got an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably got 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Rachel?
I only go to
Oh
church
yeah,
in the
no
morning,
night
so-
church. Right on. Okay, cool. So then, okay. So for now, Merrick. Let's do the Merrick conversation interaction, and then we'll jump to Anala. You wanted to talk to Weirin, right? Coel
Yeah.
Flower to talk
Mhm.
to your dad. Okay, so then we'll jump to
But if we don't
Coel
have time,
talking
we
to your
can
dad.
begin that.
Well,
next
no,
time.
if we
We should
or
have
if we
time.
don't have time, if like Izzy and I don't have time, you guys could just do it on your own
That is true.
True, but I'd rather
after we
do it
leave.
in the while
Okay.
everyone's here, kind of thing. It's not as fun if people aren't experiencing it with you. I
Mhm.
find.
So if we don't get to
Okay,
meet, we
that's
could
fair.
always do that next time. So it's fine.
Mm-hmm. But I think
did-
I want to do that. Hit that with you, and then we'll do Kanari as well because she had a Coel that she was planning to do by the end of the week as well, and Crunch Mechanical the Kanari's practicing and training and stuff.
Mhm.
So we'll Crunch Mechanical with Carhale as well. Okay, so
At the blacksmith, I kind of wanted to make a little bit of small talk asking about like what's going on with the war and stuff.
okay. Give me a persuasion check to see what kind of information you can pull out of this person.
Oh! It's a natural 20.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what are your questions?
The
exactly?
23.
So I heard there's war going on with the savages in the west. You heard anything about what's going on over in Kel?
Oh, well, in the west, that seems to be some nasty business right there. It seems like in Kel, honestly, I don't keep up with the war effort in Kel as much as I do with what's going on in the west. The government's really spreading all of our soldiers real thin, though, I will say. Like, there's not enough fighting up in the north, and there's not enough fighting in the south for Kel, or keeping things safe, at least border-wise. We're not straight out fighting with Kel. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Kel's just always been a threat, so we always keep someone down there,
course.
a whole battalion, multiple battalions worth to keep our southern border safe. So right now that's
I was
really
just curious.
out, and that's
I knew
really
things were
unnerving
kind
for
of
most
tense.
people involved.
I just heard things were kind of tense with Kel and Alethkar, and it might be a whole lot easier on us over here if Kel just took Alethkar out of the equation.
As far as I know, just recently, though, they put down an assassination attempt on the Sun King, the Sun Boy, and himself. I think they were saying they were Kel and Co.'s conspirators of some sort.
Crazy.
But the ambassador, man, I don't know his name. The ambassador from Kel, though, he was saying that that wasn't true and it was actually a Lethean. So I don't know if that's been solidified or not, but they haven't told the public yet. Beyond that, they say, as far as the war effort's concerned, I'm not in the military, and I'm not communicating with anyone who is presently. But they're saying that the conscriptees are coming through again. And they're going to be scripting left and right because they need more for the war effort in the west
Here in
and
Tahl?
protection in the south. Say it again.
Here in Tahl.
Here in Tahl, in the city. They're going to be coming through the streets, so I'd best stay out of their way. They don't appreciate people stopping them from doing their job.
I get that. Well, it's good talking to you. Can't wait to see my hammer.
It's coming along nicely. And if you didn't bother me with questions such as these, I might get it out to you sooner. And he turns around and...
Wait, it's fine. I've got a date. Not a date. A meeting.
No harm
See ya.
done. And he continues working on your hammer and melting some silver for it specifically. Let's see. He did mention that along with the assassination attempt on the Sun King, that was attached to the idea that the Sun King was coming of age in a couple months, basically. He's going to be of age to take back power from the Honoress, who's been regent up until now, basically. So he's becoming a man, according to the state.
So the assassination attempts are totally coming from the regent, and they're just
You don't
lying
know,
and saying
but
telling her.
it is
That's what Tahl
an
thinks.
interesting coincidence.
She
But
thinks that this Honorous guy is going to do anything he can.
It seems like the public thinks that the ambassador that just came in and everything, who brought in like an entourage of people, might have brought in an assassin as well.
An assassin.
An assassin.
Well, anyways, I'll go hit up the Clankin Flask.
The Clankin Flask to meet up with Merrick. Okay, so you get there. The Clankin Flask is it's a nice place. This is in the Consul Ward, right? That's what he told you. It was like a military hangout. In essence, it's like any kind of place bar. You have a lot of people that look to be a lot of patrollers, night walkers, day walkers, and what look to be crawlers based on the uniform that you vaguely recognize from the people that accosted you guys a couple nights ago. And when you are kind of like surveying the crowd inside, you see Merrick at a distance with his sandy blonde hair, and he's kind of nursing. He's sitting over. The girl is not with him. No, she was a partner, basically. A coworker kind of thing at the time. So he's presently alone at the table. Sitting over what looks to be a sweet drink instead of some bitter looking beer. It looks to be colored and everything. Kind of what might be implied to be like a lady's drink and stuff. But he's sitting and nursing this sweeter drink at the moment. And he'll see you in the crowd as you kind of stick out, and he'll wave you over.
Drinking this early. I like your style.
Oh, it's nothing strong or anything. Nothing impressive, really. It's just something I like.
I don't judge.
They call this the Whirlwind. No idea why, but it's pretty good.
I don't doubt it.
And I'll wave the bartender over for my usual rum and tea.
Okay. The guy takes it, goes off, and makes it pretty quickly. Comes back to you a little sooner than you might have expected. And he sets it down in front of you, and it's a lot bigger and darker than the drink that's sitting in front of him.
So, what's the deal with... Sorry, I don't exactly know where to start here.
How about, how do you know Jess here? I haven't heard from that guy for a long time. Sometimes they'll send me, the odd letter here and there, but like nothing about a girl.
It's not like that. Nothing ever really happened. We didn't even know each other very long. To me, Jess is a complicated guy. Carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. Not that I'm any better, but a bit uptight for my liking. You know how he is. I'm honor bound to serve my country. I've never done anything reckless in my life.
Never met a
Kind
man
of
with a
guy.
tighter ass.
I guess he has to be, running the shop, training for the military. He's a decent fighter, sure, but an
Oh
absolutely
yeah, he's covered
brilliant
my back
mind.
more than once.
Just a brilliant mind. Like, give him a few decades. I think he's gonna surpass Lorkai, and I know that's saying a lot.
Okay.
I could watch him.
Stop. Let me just stop you right there. I don't want to hear any more about how much you're in love with Jess here. That's a little bit
Hold
not
on.
in my zone of my business. Happy for him and all. Like, that's great. I don't care. You don't have to tell me if you are or not. Don't worry about it. We're good. So why exactly are you contacting me? Why did he give you my name?
He said to contact you if I was ever in any trouble.
Okay. So are you in trouble then? Is that what this is? He's trying to protect you from far off by using me, which not against. He does owe me a favor and I owed him maybe 4. So
I honestly don't know why things with him didn't really end very well when I saw
lover's
him
spat.
last.
That's harsh.
It's not a thing.
Sure it's not. I totally believe you. So
Look at
what
me.
exactly
Do you really think he would go for someone like me?
I mean, he did always seem to have a thing for tough girls, so he looks at you up and down, not in a sleazy way, just in a muscles way.
I'm a bit too complicated for his liking. Trust me, he'll get over it and find a nice, pretty, normal girl to let him to.
Sounds like Jess here. He's always been the type to back out of something good for him if it seems a little too complicated. Which is not necessarily a bad thing on him. I mean, it's not like you want to get involved with a lady who's running the state because that's super dangerous. So, yeah. Honestly, take me for instance. A girl that I was kind of interested in. Anyway, someone I might have been interested in at one point or another, plausible deniability. I mean, she's doing who knows what right now, and that would be real complicated if I try to get involved with that. And it's not like I'm going to try to do that necessarily unless maybe I see her again. But all this to say,
with P2-S35.
Why do you know this name? Did Jess here tell
The
you
captain?
Never mind. I don't want to know. What exactly?
All I know.
For?
Let me give you a little bit of backstory. I've been hearing a lot about this Althea Thule, or should I say the seer?
What?
I'm gonna make a long story short. I know your name because of Jaskier and because a friend of mine worked with Thea on a job for her current employer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly is she working for right now?
I heard she's in the business of moving precious stones. Something like that.
Okay. That doesn't really sound like something she sounds overqualified for something like that, to be honest.
Do you not know what she does?
So you're saying she's a glorified security guard?
You don't know what she does, do you?
Do you know what she does? Do you even know her?
I don't know her. I don't know her, but a member of my team does. They worked a job together back in Iran.
So she was in Iran recently. Huh.
She's in the West now.
That's not great to hear. She can take care of herself, though. I
She's
don't know why.
in the West fighting Jaskir's squad.
What?
She almost killed him.
You're saying you realize that's a big accusation coming from a stranger I don't know, right? You're claiming that a very honorable ex-military captain is is a traitor to her nation? Okay. Maybe you're not from around here or from maybe Samheen, I don't know, and you don't understand how things work. Go back here. Yeah, by this rock. But you really shouldn't. And he looks around at the different like military dudes and stuff and women in this establishment and stuff, and he's like, don't make an accusation like that again about a very respected person here. The Thule name, that's a big name. And he says, actually, he does say Thule very quietly now. Careful who you say such things to. People won't be as forgiving as I am being right now to stay listening to you.
I trusted you because Jaskir told me to trust you. I told him to trust her.
If you've never met her, what basis would you have for that? Especially if she attacked her boyfriend thing.
I had a name, the Seer.
I think you must be thinking of someone else. Maybe another woman.
You know I'm wrong. You know I'm not wrong.
What basis do you have for this whatsoever? The last I heard from her family is that she was working for some rich person. Rich people figuring things out, doing investigation work for them.
You haven't spoken to her yourself? In how long?
It's been a few months, maybe. Last I got a note. And it's not like I know where she is, so I can send one out to her.
All I know is she died saving your life, and her brother paid the price for it.
Wait, she died. Oh. How would you know this?
Basically, Thea told Inala her whole story, like why she's fighting for the ethereal, what happened with Cyrus, and everything. And that's how Inala knew Merrick's name.
Did Inala give you that whole spiel too? Inala, did you give her that whole spiel of like all the details of Thea's life?
Not in session, but like she told me, she gave me the general story of what happened.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you've made the connection that Thea and Merrick, the one that like Jaskier was talking about, is the same Merrick in the story mentioned, the same Mary, which was a nickname kind of situation. Do you
she gathered.
If you think it was kind of thing, and
she's kind of just taking a stab.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of just taking a stab at it. She thinks she pieced it together. I did get all of the whole story thing from her.
Give me a charisma persuasion check. And this will
Okay.
determine how he takes you knowing this very personal information. Because this is like pulling a skeleton out of someone's closet and shoving it into their face.
This is not going well. But the roll isn't bad. 22.
That is really good. And he's going to bite his lip. Do you have conversations with people often where do you just bring up points of contention for fun? Do you like causing consternation in people that you've just met, strangers who have no real reason to continue speaking to you for any period of time beyond what they are beholden with social constructs?
Not really, actually. I'm really
Okay,
not
that
great
makes
with this
sense
kind of
then.
thing.
Let's take this
Look, this
outside.
conversation
How
kind of
let's-
hinged on my
let's take
understanding.
this-
I thought you knew.
And he'll like stand up, put money on the table as he's leading you outside of this establishment and everything. As people, and you do notice people are kind of like looking at you guys over their shoulders and everything. And he'll take you out just kind of the nearby alleyway where there's not many people at all. Maybe one dude sitting kind of at the far end of it, and like trash that's piled up in the corner and everything. And he'll be like, "Sorry, say that again."
Sorry, this whole conversation kind of hinged on I assumed you knew what she does.
Well, apparently I don't. Are you gonna tell me what she does? Because you've been dodging something for a little while now.
Well, now I'm kind of scared too because you got really mad when I suggested.
She's a traitor? Yeah, she's my very close friend who's an honorable former military veteran and doesn't deserve some stranger coming around and saying out loud to a whole establishment that she's fighting her own people over in the West, where a lot of people are dying right now. What exactly are you trying to tell me? Because if Thea's into something bad, she knows that she can contact me.
She's in with the ethereal.
Did you just say what I think you said?
I said it quietly.
She's not that dumb, okay?
You're
She's
going
not
to kill off your own character.
and she's
Look,
why would you tell me this? Why would you?
How did you not know?
I didn't want to know this. She wouldn't have told me this. She knew I have a duty to my nation. I can't. Is she okay? Is she safe right now? You said she was fighting. Is Jaskier okay?
Well, I thought he wasn't, so I. Long story short, you're not going.
Jaskier.
You're not going to judge me. I used twinning dreams. I was going to try to talk to him, and
that doesn't surprise me at all. Continue. What were you saying?
Thanks. But it just went really poorly for them, and so I'm assuming she's okay. Can you not, do you not have any contact with her at all?
I've been busy trying to make waves and such here on my own. And she knows that. It's not like we need to stay in contact all the time. We're friends whenever we get back together, and she can send me the random letter and twinning dreams is a
just
little
like
bit.
him, by the way.
Jaskier?
You sound just like him. So
You're
not.
honest, I'm sure you say that about any dude that has any affiliation with him. I mean, you see people that you want to see and those that are related to them, you know?
Look, he survived the hit, but the conversation didn't really go the way I was hoping.
That's
I
great.
yelled at him a little bit.
I
No, not great.
Please don't. I don't need to know about Jaskier's personal life. He's a great guy, and hey, if you just he's a great guy. You seem like a pretty great woman. So I'm sure it's a match made in Valora. So
No.
let's circle back to the captain and her present engagements. Is she No, I don't want to know anymore. And what you're saying isn't even proven fact necessarily. Who knows what she's up to, you know? Maybe she's undercover. Who knows what she's doing? So I have no reason to need to report this to anyone cuz she's the captain. So anything she does must be above board, you know? So just make sure, please don't mention her name, title, anything in the same sentence.
I only mentioned her to you because
I know. I appreciate that level of care. But if you find out that there's other friends of hers around here, don't tell them, cuz not everyone cares about her to the same extent as I do.
I wouldn't mention. You really didn't know. So you don't have any contact with anyone in her organization. You couldn't get me in contact with anyone.
And assuming this organization is a hypothetical one that doesn't actually work directly against the government I work for, in that specific hypothetical situation, no, I have no contacts with them.
So you're not like him. You're not trying to change Tahl from within type of guy. I mean,
I am trying to change Tahl from within. But if
making waves.
But if I get engaged with a group of people that are killing and attacking our own people, that's going to cause more trouble than anything else. I have sway where I'm at. I'm the son of a noble. I'll be written off if anything about my contact with a group like this, whether or not they're right morally or not, that's not the question. It's how it'll look. Because if I get outed in that kind of connection, then I lose everything I've been working for the past 10 years. I wouldn't expect you to understand because I don't think you've grown up with this kind of situation at all. But it's complicated, okay? The captain knew that. And that's probably why she never told me. Because she knows it'd be a conflict of interests. And if I'm to stay where I'm at, I have to stay above board. And if I'm to make changes that are good for society at large, for the captain herself and whatever she might be doing in the hypothetical sense, then I need to stay where I'm at.
So, are you one of the types that thinks all Mageborns should be burned off the face of Mesona?
He winces at that. No,
you think she should be executed for that?
Hypothetically, not knowing what she is or what she isn't, no, I wouldn't. Okay. I owe more than her. I owe other Mageborn my life to an extent.
I'm really sorry I told you that. I genuinely thought you knew and you were just playing hardball.
It's fine. Honestly, this is the most information I've heard about her for the last, like I said, couple months. So any news is good news, so to speak. Hopefully she's okay, because this
Well,
doesn't
it sounds like they won the fight, so I'm just happy Jaskier made it through that, because
My
from
main
what I've heard of,
she definitely won that fight. She's amazing. No, my concern is whether she killed anyone and has further dug her own grave. That girl.
sounds to me like she's already dead. No offense.
Maybe not comment on a really raw wound.
Sorry, I'm really not great with the politics thing.
Starting to see that. Yeah, maybe we should have had this conversation in a different ward, to be honest. But
Well,
mistakes
it was
in the past
your
are in the
pick.
past. Hey, I
I-
didn't really expect you to be dropping all of these traitor bombs on me. Anyway, it's fine.
I mean,
it's fine. We're
Look
we're
at me.
good. We're
What
good.
were you expecting?
That's a really fair comment, actually. I had no context for this. Jaskier's never sent me a girl of his in my direction before, so I was like, hey, maybe she's got like she's wanting some advice on how to woo him or something. Which I could tell you multiple things he's into, things he might not like, likes, dislikes, things like that. It might help you out, you know? But
It's
Another
still
time.
not like that.
another time. Let's get
Still
back
not
to the
like that.
initial point of this conversation.
Okay.
You needed help, right?
Yes, and now that I've thoroughly embarrassed myself, pissed you off, and yeah,
We're good.
now I'm gonna ask
It's in the
for
past.
your help. Okay. This is why am I like this? Okay. I wasn't here to give you my life story.
But you did anyway.
Yeah, I'm in a little bit of trouble with the ministry.
Okay,
Correction, my
okay.
friend is in a little
Not
bit
that
of
hard to
trouble
do.
with the
I
ministry.
get that. Okay.
Um,
What kind of trouble? And
he
before you say anything, I don't want specific details. Give me the hypothetical situation
I will
that
give you
I could
I'm gonna tell
plausibly
you this.
deny in the future.
I'm gonna tell you this really crazy story that happened to a cousin of mine. So yeah, he told the obligator of the Sienna estate that he's a diplomat's son from Kel who got separated from his family. And
What was that guy's that name? Oh, I don't have my notes on it.
Patronus.
You guys remember that?
Patronus.
Patronus, and then it was an A name I remember for the man who is
Oh,
the father, the ambassador.
I couldn't
I'll
tell you
have
off the
to
top of my
find it.
head. I'd have to search my notes.
Mhm.
But
Sorry,
anyways, the rest of us unfortunately gave our real names and saying that we're escorting him back to his family. And by now they all figured out that he isn't who he said he is. And he just picked up a letter at a temple under one of our names. So they know we're here now. He may or may not be a little bit of a mage born, and I may or may not be, or my cousin may or may not be a little bit themselves. The other two are clean. But his medallion is totally not going to pass any real magical inspection. I was hoping you, knowing Thea, would be a little more helpful. And, the not wanting to kill us thing would be great. I don't know if this is something that you can actually do. I'm going to stop talking now.
So, to clarify, Aaron, you were asking him if he could do anything about the Tellurian ministry trying to kill you, or was it the bounty as well?
The ministry. We can take care of the bounty.
Okay. Okay, so first off, do you know that they want to kill you, the Ministry? Because I
No,
know that you lied about. I mean, this friend of yours
I
lied about
didn't
being this diplomat
lie.
son.
He lied and screwed us all over. He's an idiot and kind of a prick and has screwed us over several times, but I really don't have any choice but to work with him.
I've had similar situations. So you're saying that he dug you guys into a bit of a hole, and that hole is now about to be fallen into, but you're not really sure where exactly it is in this metaphoric sense.
Exactly.
So the Tellura Ministry is looking for you guys, looking for him under this other name because you guys need to come and contact them. And they probably know where you guys are. Do they already know? Do they know that you're here?
I think they do now because he just picked up a letter for someone in our group that used their real name. So I think they know we're here now.
To be honest, I think your best approach would be to talk to them. But
Yeah, you're right. I do have a death wish.
on your own terms. I think I could probably get they'll want you to come to the Tellurian Ministry themselves. I think I could probably talk to someone. I have some connections in the church, in the ministry, and see
Well,
if they
here
would come
was
to you rather. And if they believe the initial, you see, Patronus, the ambassador's son, he did come down with the ambassador, and he has gone missing. He was missing by the time the entourage arrived, and they have their own agents that they've gotten through passed through customs, so to speak, into the country that they're looking for him now, but he hasn't been found yet, and they haven't personally met him. And as long as this ambassador doesn't mind going with the lie, you guys might actually be able to pretend that it was all truth in the first place. So I'm saying that I could probably pull some strings to get you to talk to the ambassador himself. If you want, maybe. I'm not sure it'll be pulling strings of my father's, which is always kind of iffy at best. But I could probably pull that kind of string. You could talk with the ambassador. If the ambassador is down with going with the lie, if you can convince him somehow, since he's from out of town and he has no real pull here, then maybe you could get out of the suspicion.
I had a little bit of my own idea, but the problem lies with him. We could possibly lie to the ministry and tell them that, oh, yeah, this guy tricked us. He wasn't really the diplomat son that he said he was. And then we'd be in the clear, but then he wouldn't be. And I have to keep dragging this moron around with me. This is fine. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm genuinely sorry for all of this. I've had a really rough year. A really rough year. And it's all kind of caving in on me right now. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm drowning. These people are expecting me to keep their heads above water and keep everyone on the up and up. But they're making it really, really hard on me to just keep them alive.
And he pats you on the shoulder, and his hand has to like go up a little higher to reach your shoulder. But he goes, despite the fact that you haven't met her, you sound a lot like Thea.
Thanks for the DM joke.
Despite
Thanks,
that,
I think.
she's always had a hero complex and the
I
world
don't have a
rests on my
hero
shoulders
complex.
kind of thing. Yeah, despite that. And she would say the same thing. All that aside, keep in mind that whoever these people are, whether or not you're forced to work with them, me and my squad, we were in essence forced to work together too, beyond maybe some favoritism and whatever. But you get assigned a squad and they're your squad. Sure, you might not like them initially, but you learn to eventually, and you learn to work with them. And then eventually they can become your friends, they can become closer than that, almost family, you know? That was my squad for me. So all I'm saying is that what I would say to Thule when she was thinking that kind of situation, she was thinking like this, and she was being weighed down by everything that was going on and the crap that would get thrown into our lives every time we had to work a mission through. I would tell her that the world's not on her shoulders, it's on ours. Together. It's not your job to protect them, it's all of your jobs to protect each other. So don't take it all on your own because that's selfish. And he kind of like hits you in the shoulder and he's like, sorry. Sometimes you have to punch something, you know? Like metaphorically, not literally, sorry.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
it's okay. I'm tougher than you think, and I kind of needed that.
just because you think it's your job doesn't mean that it is only up to you, because it's up to them too. So whoever this group of people you're with is, they're your team. So don't treat them like they're your servants or something, or your children, because they're not. They're your equals, and they're equally shouldering this burden with you. Don't forget that. If only Captain would have not forgotten that. Maybe you can learn a lesson she never does.
I doubt I will, but I appreciate that.
Sure. So about
Was
this
there-
situation then. What are you wanting from me? Because I can help out some way. It's up to you.
I feel like I need to talk to them about this first. So the ideal scenario is we talk to the ambassador, we get him on board. What happens to our guy in the long run?
Do you happen to have connection? Don't tell me. But if there was any way that you had connections to the ambassador or had a way to sway him to your side, maybe whatever means, I don't want to know what they are, but if you had a way to convince him to help you, or that he should, and everything, then your guy would probably be protected by his word, because the ambassador has power here right now. He's protected by the government, and the Tellurian ministry can't hurt people in his entourage or who's attached to him. So if he claims y'all, then you might be well and clear.
But long term, like, I can't just leave and go to Cal whenever his entourage leaves and goes back to Cal.
Well, that'll come when it'll come, you know? I have no idea how long the ambassador is going to be here for, but it probably will be as long as Kel is holding up its peace with us.
Kel has never kept peace. The Kellans are anything.
Me. Hey, this Cold
Kellans
War's
are
been
anything
going on
but
for
peaceful.
so long. Don't tell regular people about that. They think that there is actual peace going on for the most part.
Kel is about as peaceful as I am normal.
I like that. Yeah. Hey, I agree wholeheartedly. There's no love lost between me and Kel, to be honest.
Same. Just
You talk to
aside
people.
from that, do you think you could get a letter to him for me?
to Jaskier through the military?
I
Oh.
don't know where he is.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I haven't looked into where he's stationed and everything for a little while, so I'll do what I can.
You can
Send him a note.
find out where he is.
I can see what I can find out through the military. I have friends and my dad's connected, so I'll look and check it out. But if he's on some sort of like secret mission, something special or whatever, I might not be able to find out where or even if he's still kicking. So
He told his family he was being stationed in the south. I wish he never told me. But
that kid,
let it slip.
he is definitely the type to lie to soothe the wounds. That doesn't surprise me in the least.
He is not a very good liar.
And
It's
that's
killing
where
me.
I will bow out. I don't want to be involved in his personal relationship with you, if I can.
There's
avoid
no
it.
relationship.
Of course there's not. So you'll get back to your friends, talk with them, see how exactly you want me to help you guys out. See if I can keep Jaskier's sweetheart alive for longer than Jaskier's going to be alive. Sorry, dark humor,
You're gonna
You gotta
make
have
me
it.
punch you, and I warn you, I hit hard.
That might be fair. But I'll avoid the possibility. Those
Can
fists
you
are
get-
bigger than my head.
Can you
So
get a message to the captain and ask her if
I honestly
Jaskier made
have
contact?
no idea where she is. And unless I use 20 dreams on her, which I guess I could, but that would be a little too personal. So
Meta?
yeah.
Meta for a thing I think the DM forgot.
Uh-huh.
She has a sending stone, and he has the other.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I totally forgot that.
I wrote that in my notes for him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be weird that she's gone silent for like a month.
Mm-hmm. I would say she and he don't use it. So in my mind, military types are more, pragmatic with their like communications, blah, blah, blah. So I would assume that they would save those sending stones, not for, oh, hey, how was your day? It's pretty good, especially because it's super
More
short.
like important things.
So they would save it for like emergencies or super important moments and stuff. So he wouldn't use it unless he had to, so he could save it so she could use it if she was in danger, kind of thing. So he wouldn't contact her unless she contacted him first, right? And she will have not contacted him for this last month, specifically because of stuff that she's dealing with right now, complications and whatnot. But you're not wrong. He does have this. So in this case, he'll answer more of a, I don't know where she is, and I probably couldn't get her a letter, but I could probably get her a message if it was important.
Ask her if Jaskier made contact.
Okay, I can do that. Kills two birds with one stone. Not a dark joke, literally just contacting Jaskier and Captain at the same time. And don't say anything about, so if you ever talk to her, don't talk about me, okay? This conversation was purely about Jaskier.
If you ever see Jaskier, maybe don't mention the part where you think I'm in love with him. Maybe don't do that. That would be...
Okay, we have a deal. Shake on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If... Not that I don't want him to know, it's just that's...
Sure, totally. Yeah. Not that he doesn't already know, but I just won't add anything to any suspicions he may or may not have. Get back to your friends, and I need to get back to patrol. So
can I give you that letter in case you are able to send it, I can pay you.
Don't worry about coin or anything. It's least I could do for a friend. So, of Jaskier's, we barely know each other, but I mean, we could probably be friends. Nonetheless, don't worry about the
Regardless
friend.
of,
I'll take the
okay.
letter, but don't get your hopes up. I don't know if I'll be able to get it to him.
That's okay. I'd rather you just have it on hand in case. Can you not read it?
Oh, yeah. Do I look like someone who would invade someone else's privacy like that?
Actually, yeah. That's why I said that.
That's fair. And hand to Taylor, promise not to do it.
I'm just going to leave you with be careful with everything
have to
that's
tell me
going on
twice.
here. With everything
I
that's
think
going
the
on
one
here.
saying
With,
that to you, Miss dropping bombs in the middle of a restaurant. Gosh,
my friend.
I can keep a
my-
secret.
Look, my friend, she was Paladin of Taylor. She was recently killed. Her last words to me were, "It's all a lie. Honor is dead." There's something big at play here.
Bombs in an alleyway. Seriously, what is with you? Oh my gosh.
I'm an intense person. That's just who I am. I'm not going to apologize to a rando for that.
Okay.
I had
I'm
a lot
sorry
of
about-
information that I needed to get through in a very short amount of time, so sorry
You're
if
fine.
it's not very tactful.
You're fine. I'm sorry about
I'm
your
not
friend.
exactly known for my
Truly.
tact.
Truly sorry about your friend. I know the feeling. And good luck, okay? Talk to your friends.
Thanks.
Get back to me. How about well, you know where to find me if you can track down through the patrol. I have patrol through the Penny's ward, so as of now my schedule takes me honestly it changes periodically. So if you want to contact me again, go to the Lacal household. They're in Upper Array. You can say that you have a message for Merrick, the third son, and yeah, they'll get it to me. It'll circle back to me. Don't make anything explicit in whatever summons you have for me. Just say
I don't have very much tact, but I'm not stupid.
Okay, as long as we are aware of that fact, then have a wonderful evening, Karhale. And honestly,
Did I tell him my name?
Oh, I don't think you did. Have a wonderful evening, Miss Unnamed Plausible Deniability. And
you don't. I'm assuming you don't want my name.
Maybe a nickname to call you.
Call me Honora.
Sounds good. Beautiful name.
You know.
Is that from the old stories about the Western Winds and everything?
Yeah. She's my mother. And I'm gonna walk away.
And that's like a thing that keeps him frozen for a moment. Okay. So good conversation there.
I've gotta go.
Yeah.
Like Jared's in the car about to leave me.
Yeah. No worries. Have a great night.
But hey, I thought that was a really fun line to leave him with.
Yeah, super cool. That was a fun
anyways.
conversation.
I gotta peace out.
Yeah, no worries.
Peace out and go put some.
I'll probably
not my
honestly
sweatpants
end
on.
the broadcast and we can pick up.
Yeah.
We can pick up next week.
Okay.
In theory, if we're
Cool.
available on Sunday.
I'll check.
Really gotta go.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.